welcome to the Forest of Memories. I'm Zaruk Windcaller, your guardian, your high remembrancer, arbiter, reminiscing bard of twilight and storyteller. And thank you, Cataclysm, 41 months. Yes, it has been that long. But welcome, one and all, to Total War Warhammer 3. Now, originally the plan was to play Dawn of War 2 Chaos Rising. However, Cataclysm joined the call and sounded exhausted, and so I made the executive decision to tell him to, no, go rest. We can do this another time. So we'll try that next week. For now, though, yeah, welcome to Total War Warhammer 3. And as for what we're going to be doing,
Bring me to my men.
Well, first of all, is the game okay? Can you... Oh, the sound went out? All right, hang on, let me fix it. Great. Hang on. Great. Hate when this stuff happens. Really? No. Sound's working just fine on my end. Yeah, no, I don't know. Like, I was about to say, how's the sound for you guys? Yeah, okay, no. So it's just Thomas then. All right, so here's the deal. This mod in question is, for lack of a better word, it's kind of nuts. But to explain it better, we'll need to get into a game. So the first thing you might notice, if you play Total War Warhammer 3, is that's not the Reichland symbol. That's a little different.
The Empire.
And it's not just, well, Reichland. It's,
Defender of the
it's a few of them, except Elspeth.
What?
As I hold Gal Maraz, I am ready.
So we will be playing as Karl Franz because it's Karl Franz. And the reason I'm playing as him is because normally you would play as Elspeth for this, but her stuff is not affected by the mod. So so no chicks allowed, only the dudes. So we will be playing as Karl Franz, the Emperor himself, starting in Reichland. Well, technically over here. Karl, why are you over there? Oh, yeah, that is Reichland. Okay, yeah, I was about to say, that looks a little off, but no, that's Reichland. All right, so, before we do anything, I have to I gotta mark a few things. So, a few things I've learned now that I've gotten back to this game. Number one, turn this on. Turn this on. Minor faction potential basically makes it so that the minor factions of the game will not get bulldozed. This is important because it basically... All right, let me back up a bit. For people who are playing the game, the Empire is marked as one of the beginner-friendly campaigns.
I am Prince and Emperor.
With Karl Franz himself being marked as probably your first good starting point. That is a lie unless you turn this on. If you do not turn this on, Karl Franz's campaign becomes one of the hardest in the game for the Empire. You need to turn this on. Basically, what it does is it makes it so it is the minor factions like the Empire, the provinces of the Empire, and like the lesser factions actually put up a fight. And it actually makes it harder, you know, for the AI to just bulldoze them. So yeah, turn that on. So, aside from that, AI strength and assessment, yes, we want to turn that on. So so the AI is not rock stupid. In the in-game scenarios, okay, I kind of want to talk about this. The in-game crises. So, here's the thing about the in-game crisis. There are, there's 3, 4, 5. Okay, there's 7 of them. Now, the funny thing is, each one basically tells you what you're going to be dealing with. So, like, the Black Pyramid involves the, you know, the Tomb Kings. A Grudge Too Far is the Dwarves. The Biggest War is the Greenskins. The Wild Hunt is the Wood Elves. Vampiric Ascension is about the Vampire Counts. The Will of Hashut is about the Chaos Dwarves. Now, Vermintide is about the Skaven. But there's one little detail I want to point out that I think is hilarious. So, for example, if we look at the Greenskin one, when checked, y'all can read it. When checked, an in-game scenario involving the Greenskins as antagonists will be added to the potential threats that can trigger during the campaign. Okay? That's fine. Here's what the Vermintide one says. I will let y'all read this. When checked, an in-game scenario where absolutely nothing happens will be added to the potential threats that can trigger during the campaign. There's no such thing as man-sized rats. So, to explain that, that's a little in-joke for the Warhammer fans, because in the world of Warhammer Fantasy, the Skaven, like, despite the fact that they very much exist, lots of people in the world don't believe that they do. So that's a little in-joke that I like. Also, the unusual locations. We'll get into these, but essentially, these are random things that can happen at certain parts of your empire. And I've dealt with this one. They're not good. The reason these are here is because they're actually pretty damning if you can't fix them. Like this one, which causes a faulty doom sphere, which is like one of the Skaven things. If too much time passes and you don't get rid of it, it'll literally blow up and destroy your whole settlement. So that's not good. Yeah, these are scary, which is why we're keeping them on. Time limit is fine. Campaign difficulty is normal. Battle difficulty is normal. So yeah, we're good to go. So let's go. That's an interesting looking loading screen. That doesn't look right. But yes, welcome to the Millennium Warfare mod, which basically turns the Empire of Man into the German Empire forces of World War I. So I'll explain when we get into the game, but let's just say that originally it just gave you a bunch of new units to make. Now, a few years later, the mod has dramatically upgraded. Like, I honestly think this is one of the coolest mods. I will explain when we see it. But suffice it to say, there's a new tech tree, there are new buildings, all kinds of stuff. So it's a completely different faction at this point, which I think is awesome. And and this is where the history major gets upset. These are not Ratsies. These are Imperial German soldiers. These are the men who fought in World War I. Do not confuse them with the bootstepping fascists. These guys are not that. I know y'all know that, but there might be some people who don't. So
now is the time, men of the Empire, to unite.
So, let's go over some of the things that have been changed. Firstly, Karl Franz's system of running the Empire has not changed. His elector count system and the Colleges of Magic, the Colleges of Magic system and all that other kind of stuff, that has not changed. Those kind of things, that hasn't changed. What has changed is the tech tree, because now there are 3 branches to it. There's the military tech tree, which goes all the way over here. There's the industry tech tree, and there's the civilian tech tree. Here's the thing. All of these, well, okay, not the civilian one, but the military and industrial and industry ones are linked at the hip, because certain things can only be unlocked if you've researched certain other things. For example, let's say you want to learn, let's see, I'm trying to find a good example. Let's say you want to learn, where is it? Okay, where's a really good example? Right. Let's say you go down the line and you want to learn motorized military, which gets you access to armored vehicles. Well, not only are you gonna have to research the first 2 things on the tech tree, it even says requires additional technology, diesel engine. That is over here in the industry thing. This also unlocks a lot of your buildings, by the way. So even if you have the buildings built, if you do not have the right research, you can't go down the building chain. This means you're going to be bouncing back and forth between all of these. Now, the good news is, this is where it gets cool. First of all, there's a research point surplus system. So if you were researching something and you have some surplus points left over, it spills over into your next thing. So you can research it even faster, which is really good. And yes, you cannot blitz the military tree. You can't. As fun as that would be. Also, everything is separated. So it's not like you can just get to like, oh, we got to trench warfare, so we get everything. No, you don't. It breaks up right here. Trench warfare will give you access to the infantry side of things and the artillery stuff. But if you want vehicles like tanks and armored cars, you got to go down this tree. And if you want aircraft, you got to go down this tree. So you have to pick between like, all right, what do I need right now? What do I want right now? And there's more because there's other stuff at the top like military exercises. So your men gain experience when you're in your own territory. Reinforcement ranges, fatigue resistance for your soldiers. I don't know what this does because I've never gotten it. All kinds of things. And oh, by the way, for anyone who's ever played the Empire, have you ever gotten really annoyed that there's only one metal wizard? Gelt. He's the only guy on the Empire who can use the lore of metal. Not anymore. You can unlock Battle Wizard Doctrine, which allows you to field battle wizards of metal magic. So no more having to go out of your way to get Gelt. You can actually just spam metal wizards. Anyway, we're going to go and get started, and we are going to research, start with conventional warfare. Because we do want, well, actually, wait, do we, though? Actually, no, we don't. I'm actually going to go with educational reform. Because let's talk about some of the buildings. So the buildings have also changed. Dramatically, I should say. First of all, now there are some new buildings. The military buildings have changed. There's a barracks system for infantry. There's a ordnance factory for artillery. There is a vehicle. There's manufacturing for tanks and automobiles. And then there's also an airfield for, for airships. We also then have things like firing ranges, supply hubs, military hospitals, general staff headquarters. But the biggest change are the infrastructure buildings. So, here are some of the new things that are added. A town hall, which you do need to build. You get prestige, but you also get income from all your buildings. So that's good. It's in the local province, which is good, especially if you have an industry center. There's the Imperial Chapel, which is, it's your chapel, your church, basically. The public school, the school tree. This is important. This actually gives you more research. This actually speeds up your research rate. And, best of all, this one. This right here is busted. So there's no armory anymore. In the base game, if you build armories, then you can basically start, which is, it's not hard. It's not simple either, but it's a way you get like your halberdiers and your stuff like that. You can build those all over the place, and that's how you can make it so you can produce more units, like in your recruitment chains. Here, the only way you get more recruit ranks or any kind of stuff like that is through the academy. So the academies will not only boost your research rate, but it'll make it so your lords have more experience, which is really important. Oh, and it stacks, by the way. So the more universities you have and stuff, the higher your generals will be when you recruit them. And just like before, sometimes certain certain technologies that you have to research come from these buildings. So you have to build the buildings. Oh yeah, I forgot the labor lodges. This is how you get, get your growth to go up, your industry to go up, trade resources, construction, all that stuff. And then we've got your steam factories, which is where you get most of your money from. Your markets for trading, and then of course the roads, the rail network, which is for transportation. Anyway, some of the stuff still remains, like the Reichsguard stables here, harbors, Altdorf, of course. Well, it's the capital, so duh. And then, of course, the Colleges of Magic, which we're going to have to work on. And, let's see, yeah, the Imperial Palace, which you do want to build. And then probably, well, I should mention, you probably notice, and some of y'all probably noticed that if you played the games before, you might be thinking, wow, so I don't get my best infantry until a tier 5 building. That's late game. Yes, for a good reason. Because your late game troops are kind of insane. For example, some of them are, let's see if I can't, I don't know if I, yeah, I can't get the thing to stay up. Some of those guys are clad in body armor and they have shotguns. So, yeah, that's why they're so high up there. Regardless,
I command here.
I can show you some of the stuff we do have access to. But first, before I do that, I need to do, gotta recruit somebody first. This is Wilhelm von Zollerhahn. If you've seen Reggie's video about using this mod, this is the same dude. We want him.
The Empire.
The Empire.
I will marshal the men.
And the reason we're getting him is because, well, we don't want these guys to become the secessionists to become a problem. What ends up happening in the campaigns is that if you don't crush these guys, they'll run off and, oh, never mind. The mod just gives us this. Okay, so in the base game, what happens is that as you fight these guys, they might run off to one of the mountain passes, and it takes forever and a half to get rid of them. I guess the mod just decided, nah, we're just giving you this. Good. Then it'll be a lot easier.
What? Ready? I am Prince and Emperor.
See, I can't recruit anything right now, which is fine. But we are, so let's go and crush this guy, and I'll show you how the army works. Nope, we're gonna fight this one. Oh, it does now. Okay, originally it didn't do that. In the original game, original base game, you didn't get Helmgart. You actually had to drive him out, but I guess they give it to you now. Anyway, let me show you guys what we're dealing with. And yes, all of the Empire is using this modern tech. So don't think you're just going to be beating up on people because you have guns and they don't. No, they've got guns too. So I will go over some of our troops here. And I'll talk about why some of them are really good and some of them aren't. First off,
My subjects call.
Karl Franz, wearing a Pickelhaube and wielding Galmaraz, even though he shouldn't have it yet. Nah, whatever. I love his description. For the Empire, for Sigmar, for glory. Alright, other troops include our Imperial Field Pioneers. Early. These guys build defenses. You can build earthworks, you can build razor wire, and they can repair mechanized units, which is actually pretty cool. Let's see, we have our... Yeah, the Imperial Rifle Infantry. Early. So these guys are, you know, early war, basic infantry, but there's 160 of them, and they all have rifles. Fast-firing rifles. So, yeah, they're pretty good. We have Imperial Cuirassiers, who are basically cavalry. They will quickly be replaced.
Yes, General.
We have Imperial Dragoons, who have carbines. They will also quickly be replaced. And then finally, for our special weapons, we have, I believe this is a light, yeah, this is a light machine gun. We got a light machine gun company.
We'll show them what men can do.
And then also, our two artillery pieces are 7.7 centimeter field guns. And then we also have our 10.5 centimeter howitzers. And for those who don't know, this is basically to go into freedom units. 77 millimeter, 105 millimeter. So, we are about to demonstrate why pissing off Karl Franz is a bad idea. Let's see. Gonna put the pioneers at the back. And the cavalry's useful, but cavalry's mostly useful for hacking down guys once they're dealt with. That's what I plan on doing. As for everything else, well, that's what the machine gun's for.
We should be one nation.
And these machine guns can shoot pretty damn far. So.
Ready for war.
Oh yeah, by the way, your starting artillery comes with both high explosive shells, poison gas canisters, because, war crimes, and smoke shells, basically just to blind your enemy. The field guns have shrapnel shells, though, which we will be using for this.
Great cannon.
I think we're basically good now, because we're... Yeah, this is not going to go the way they think. As for our enemy, they're using Imperial Militia. And I think those are, yeah, Dragoons. These are Militia. Just your average dudes given weapons. There goes the artillery, firing shrapnel shells. Ooh! Well, and there's the machine guns. Carl Franz, don't just go, Carl. Don't just stand there. Get in there. I do love the sound of the machine guns firing. Well, just like that, and they run away. Get him, Carl! Carl, that kills people! Well then. Technically, we shouldn't be firing artillery at retreating soldiers, but then again, these are traitors, so who cares? Kill them all. Anyway, here we go. That was 2 minutes, by the way. That battle was over in 2 minutes. And we lost 17 dudes, mostly from their counterfire, but yeah, no, we murderized them. Ah, God. 300 kills from the field guns with their shrapnel shells. Good old Lieutenant Shrapnel. Well then. That was easy. With that said, it does get more difficult because, sure, some of our enemies are not using modern, quote-unquote, modern tech like us. It doesn't matter, though. Because at the end of the day, a lot of our guys are still, well, they are. Most of our guys are human beings. They go squish real easily. And it doesn't matter how big your gun is if if a Black Orc is hacking into you with a great axe. So you basically need to be able to, like, counter your enemies in a variety of ways. My favorite way is heavy artillery. Because as it turns out, it doesn't matter what faction it is, even if it's an armored faction, it doesn't matter. Artillery cares not for what you're wearing. Artillery kills you all the same. Anyway.
In the name of Magnus.
I think this calls for a little history lesson.
Manfred von Karstein and why everyone hates that bald bastard. Wow, that's a loaded topic. Okay, Manfred von Karstein. Who is... I'm just gonna auto... Actually, I wish I could give you... hold on. Is he... Yeah, no, I forgot. He's not here anymore. He's, because in the original first game, Manfred was over here in Sylvania, but he's not anymore. I think he's, like... Ain't he off in the desert somewhere? Yeah, I think he's off in the deserts of Lustria, which is all the way over here somewhere in the New World. But who is Manfred? So, oh, he's in Nehikata. Okay. So, Manfred von Karstein is one of 3 sons of Vlad von Karstein. Vlad is probably the greatest vampire count to ever live. Vlad is also technically an elector count. Technically. Big, glowing, rainbow air quotes around technically. Because, okay, let me give you guys a quick history lesson. This is the Empire, and these are the provinces of the Empire. Even normally what happens is that when a new emperor is elected, yes, elected, it's not a hereditary thing, he's elected. He's chosen by the other elector counts. When an emperor is chosen, the capital is moved to that emperor's home province. In this case, Karl Franz is from Reichland, which is this province down here, and it's capital of Altdorf, which is now the capital of the empire. The other provinces include Midland, with its elector count of Boris Toddy Todbringer. We have the elector count of Nordland, Theodoric Gosser. Nordland's up here because the Nords are to the north. Haha, get it. We've got Valmir von Raukov, the elector count of Ostland, here on the border. We have Hochland here in the mountains. We have Talabekland here in the middle, which has the most territory, along with Midland, with Helmut Feuerbach. We also have the land of Stirland by elector count Albrecht. We have Aberland with the mad Count Marius Leitdorf himself. He's a topic in and of itself. And then we also have, while she's she's technically not an elector count, technically, but Elspeth von Draken is currently representing Wissenland and Nuln over here, and Wissenland is to the south. And this is technically Solland, which is run by the vampires right now. I think Elspeth will fix that problem. And then, Wolfram Hertwig. And this is Ostermark. Now, if you've been around for a while, and you remember me playing Warhammer Mark of Chaos, you will remember that, that Stefan, the man, the myth, the legend von Kessel was from Ostermark. And he actually became the elector count of Ostermark at one point. He became that way before this game takes place. Because that was when Magnus was the emperor. And that was like hundreds of years before Karl's time. But this is Ostermark. This is where Stefan von Kessel was from. Anyway, this is the land of Sylvania. Vlad von Karstein and the vampire counts technically run Sylvania. Now, by all accounts, Vlad is actually a good ruler. He's not really a dick. Granted, he's a vampire, so everyone hates him. But he's not a monster. Well, okay, he is a monster, but not in the whole, like, oh, he eats babies. No, he's a vampire, so he is a monster. But he's a good leader. And he actually is probably one of the only men in the Warhammer universe who has a stable marriage. Vlad married a beautiful woman named Isabella, and Isabella did not care that he was a vampire. In fact, she was more afraid that she would die and wouldn't be able to be with him. So he turned her into a vampire, and now Vlad and Isabella technically rule Sylvania. And Vlad believes that he should be emperor. Yeah, when pigs fly. But he does technically have the rights of an elector count. And he had 3 sons. Let's finally talk about that bald bastard. He had 3 sons. We're going to talk about the middle child. Or was he the youngest? Or the middle child? I don't know. I'm pretty sure Manfred's the middle child. He could be the youngest. I'm not sure. Manfred von Karstein is everything Vlad isn't. Manfred is a whining man-child. Vlad is a humble, chill, and very good leader. Manfred is a screaming man-child. Vlad is more than capable of using diplomacy because he understands that sometimes diplomacy is necessary. Manfred says fuck that shit and he'd rather take what he wants and screw anyone who gets in his way. Vlad is stable. He's a stable ruler. He is ruled with stability, and he has, whenever he's in charge, and when I say whenever he's around, because he's a vampire, sometimes he dies and sometimes he comes back. Whenever he's around, everything goes pretty well. Manfred burns everything to the ground when he's in charge. Manfred cannot run the empire. Manfred is basically this Nepo child who's a failure in everything. Like, he's an utter failure. To the point that the running meme in this series of games, Total War Warhammer, is that everyone kicks the shit out of Manfred. It doesn't matter which game it is. Warhammer 1, 2, or 3, everyone kicks the shit out of Manfred. But in the lore is where Manfred really shows how much of a dick he is. Because Manfred is not only one of the people responsible for bringing about the end of the Warhammer Fantasy world, but in its last hour, at the 11th hour, with the chance to save the old world from being swallowed by chaos and darkness, Manfred decided, fuck it, and sabotaged the ritual that was being used to save the world. He fucked it up, and it literally cost the entire old world to be destroyed. And you want to know the funniest part about it? He did it because he believed Nagash, the god of the dead, would reward him for it. And do you want to know what Nagash did? Correct. Foxboy is right. That's the example I take. Nagash is basically holding Manfred by his cloak and saying, "You're probably wondering why you are here. You are here because you done fucked up too many times." That's the getting off easy. Nagash made it a point to tell Manfred that Manfred fucked over his plans because with the whole universe destroyed, there was nobody dead anymore because everything was gone. So what did Nagash do? Oh, used his powers over the dead to revive, kill, revive, kill, revive, kill Manfred over and over and over and over forever. He literally, like the Age of Sigmar lore, which is the follow-up to the Old World, which is what this is called, Warhammer Fantasy, Old World. Nagash literally killed and resurrected Manfred over and over and over again for millennia, just to torture him for fucking everything up. Yeah, so... yeah, Manfred's a whiny middle child that nobody likes, and that's why even in this game, everyone kicks the shit out of him. So, now I can't kick the shit out of him because he's nowhere near me, but we are going to go kick the shit out of his dad.
The Empire.
So, now that we're done, let's see, we can't move from here, so let's take a minute to build everything up. Let's see. We could upgrade Altdorf, but I'd much rather start upgrading my cities because, well, we can always upgrade Altdorf, but we need to get the cities upgraded. We're gonna focus on that.
Bring me to my men.
In the meantime, Carl, let's get you some more men. Recruit you some more infantry. And as for Wilhelm von Zollerhorn over here, I'm keeping him here because we'll always need a backup army or a backup leader. You never know.
Summon the Elector Counts.
Summon the Elector Counts. This action does not have my consent. All right, so. Oh, by the way, yeah, new skill tree. So we have new skill trees now for everyone. Now, this does mean that Carl and a few of the people lose out on some of their more personal skills. But let's be real. Do you care? You're literally using modern armies. Do you care? No, you don't. So we're going to go with organization expert so we can get that extra movement. Oh, right. One thing I do want to talk about is to unlock certain things. Like, let's say we want to unlock Mountain Corps infantry. Or the 17-centimeter mortars, you actually need to get them from the fortresses, which is cool, it's a good thing we start with one. I'm actually going to set this to have higher growth so we can do that faster. Because the mountain mortars are nuts.
Yes.
You know what, here's what we're going to do. Someone who's better at math than me could probably explain this. So I'm going to show y'all something. Where's the... hang on, there it is. Let's go over some of the caliber of artillery we can get. The basic artillery you start with is your 13mm heavy machine gun, your 7.92mm light machine gun, our 105 centimeter howitzers and our our 77 millimeter field guns, along with our what caliber are the mortars? Oh, 7.58 centimeter trench mortars. Let's talk about the heavier stuff. We've got 13 millimeter anti-tank rifle detachments. Yes, 13 millimeter. That is actually nuts. We've got, the upgraded machine guns. 7.5 centimeter anti-tank guns. That's basically a PaK 40. It's a 75 millimeter anti-tank gun. We've got our, basically what's a Nebelwerfer. It's a rocket launcher. 150 millimeter rocket launcher. It's a Nebelwerfer. 15 centimeter howitzers. Hey, Dino King, how you doing? Thank you for subbing for 3 months. I love the smell of gunpowder in the morning. So do I. Someone who's good at math, please convert 15 centimeters to freedom units. So what is 15 centimeters to inches or millimeters? Because 15 centimeter howitzers. So almost 6 inches. So 5.9 inches. We have 15 centimeter field guns along with our howitzers. Finally, the big gun is the 42 centimeter siege mortar. This is our super artillery, which you get late game. 42 centimeters. Now I'm no mathematician, but the 16 inches. To put that into perspective for y'all, 16-inch diameter is the same diameter put on a fucking US Navy battleship. That's how big this siege mortar is. That same diameter. So, yeah. Something to look forward to, right? And as for the mountain mortars are 17 centimeters. So, but we'll get to that when we get to that. In the meantime, Carl's recruiting more infantry. And once we get some more growth in here, we will upgrade Altdorf so we can build an artillery area and actually get some guns. Because trust me, artillery, even the starting artillery makes mincemeat out of most of the people you're going to be fighting against. That and the machine guns. So, yeah, we're good now. Ah, crap, I forgot. I should probably start some trade deals. Ah, well, we'll cross that bridge when we get to it. Now, our objectives, playing as Karl Franz, our long-term objective is to unify the Empire. We can do that by conquering it ourselves, or by striking up diplomatic deals where we can federate with each other. The thing is, playing as Karl, you have to be aggressive. Karl Franz's campaign is a very defensively aggressive campaign, because as the Empire settlements start losing ground, your authority starts dropping. And you need to keep your authority up so you don't get any debuffs to your empire. Naturally, this means that that's another reason why you want to turn on the minor faction thing, so they don't all die immediately. All right, there we go. Got that fixed. Oh, we got a battle wizard.
I will marshal the
Which one? What kind? What do we get?
Bring the corpses.
Feel the power of my magic!
Hush. Is it too... It's too late. Damn it. All right. So,
Of the occult.
fucking amethyst wizards. No, it's not. Amethyst is not the best lore. No, it's not. Amethyst is one of, in my opinion, is extremely underwhelming for what it is. Not to mention the fact that you don't need one. You've got an Amethyst Wizard. She's right there. The moment you confederate with Elspeth, you get her. You don't need these guys. The problem with the... Okay, let me explain. The problem with the Amethyst Wizards is that they're very, very situational. They have some good powers. Spirit Leech is broken as hell. But the rest of the powers are very meh for what they are. Aspect of the Dead Knight. Ooh, terror and fear. I mean, that's fine, but some late game units aren't affected by that. Soul Blight. Doom and Darkness. I know here's the thing. None of these really buff your units. Aspect of the Dread Knight does. It just makes your units terrifying. But a lot of it doesn't buff your stuff. It weakens your enemies. That's fine, but I'd rather have something that buffs my men. And also, again, you don't need one because of Elspeth. It'd be different if it was a fire wizard or a life wizard or something, or hell, I'd take a beast wizard at this point. I prefer life though, but whatever. Whatever, just sit in Altdorf. All right, we got that done. All right, next, let's start working down our lines here and go with our first military thing, and let's go with conventional warfare. And then we can work on our other stuff, especially this. This is important. Artillery horse limbers. This means you can actually move your artillery pieces around faster. We're going to want that. We'll work on the industry stuff once we start building industry.
Who calls?
Oh, right. I should probably start trading. Hang on.
If you hope to walk off with...
Never mind. Hey, does anyone want to trade?
Yes, I will listen.
I mean, I know I don't have much to offer right now, but does anyone want to do anything?
Surely. Yes, it is good to see
Talib
fellow
Eklund does.
sons of the Empire this day. Agreed.
All right, there we go. That's one deal. Now, before I forget, I should talk about Karl's mechanics, the Imperial Authority system. Like I said, as Empire territory is taken or lost, or Empire factions start fighting each other, this goes down. If it gets too low, everyone will turn on you, which is not good. You want to keep it up here, because the higher it gets, the more benefits you see. Karl's thing is the prestige system. Here's how that works. Prestige can be used to boost your relations with other factions, other parts of the Empire, or it has another ability. You can use the decrees. And these decrees are kind of insane. Call to arms, commendation. Basically, these are used to add different effects to your empire. But the craziest ones are, for example, Unify, which automatically confederates, or the one that someone made a joke about. Summon the Elector Counts. I'm going to read this for y'all. Quote, unlocked once all 13 Elector Count seats are under your control. All Elector Counts not currently besieging or garrisoned are summoned to Karl Franz's location. I will say that again. All Elector Counts not currently besieging or garrisoned are summoned to Karl's location. This literally means that if you are about to go fight a massive battle and you've got some guys, like some of your Elector Counts are just sitting around, click of a button, they all warp right to you, Avengers Infinity Endgame style, ready to go.
No.
Which is insanely busted, because that means now you have a Doom stack that can now, or a Doom stack army that can literally just start bulldozing its way through anything. Anyway, Karl.
The nation calls.
Yes, I know it does. Now, do me a favor, Karl. Those traitorous bastards are in Ubersreich. Let's go get them.
Into battle.
So, another fun fact. If anyone of here has played Vermintide 1 or 2, you probably recognize the name Ubersreich. We're the bloody Ubersreich 5! Or 6, in this case. Fun fact. Ubersreich has this little symbol right here. For those who haven't played Total War Warhammer, this little symbol right here. This little spire symbol basically means that there is a landmark that can be built here. That landmark? The Red Moon Inn. So, if you've played, Vermintide, the first one, you probably recognize the name Red Moon Inn. It's literally the inn where all the characters would meet up before playing a level. So, yeah, you can build that. And, not only that, here's the best part. It generates income, control, reduces corruption, but it also gives you a garrison. it gives you a garrison of heroes that will defend the place, including, tell me if this sounds familiar, 1 Bright Wizard, 1 Empire Captain, 1 Witch Hunter, 1 Dwarven Thane, and 1 Waystalker. So yes, all 5 members of the Ubersreich 5 will actually defend Ubersreich if you've built the Red Moon Inn, which I think is really cool. Oh, and by the way, all the characters are named after their in-game characters.
So,
which is really cool. All right, so we're on our way there to take that. They're building up another army over here.
what does the Emperor bid?
Can't really do much here because we're waiting on everything to hurry it up. So I think for now, I do want to make friends with Elspeth because having access to Nuln is super important. Nuln is where Nuln is where all the gunpowder was made for the Empire. So Elspeth, are you getting your ass? Yeah, she's getting her ass kicked. Oh, for Pete's sake. All right. Fine. Let me see if I can't make some deals here. And yeah, maybe that'll make things better for us. Because, yeah, she's getting her ass kicked. She's got 1 settlement left. And all of Wissenland is overrun with vampiric corruption. Thanks, Elspeth. We're supposed to be killing them. But we do want to take Nuln. Nuln has the cannon foundry and the gunnery school, which we really want. Before I hit intern, let's see. Are there any other landmarks I want to point out? Anything? Talabayam. If you've been around since, watching me play Mark of Chaos, you know Talabayam was the final battle of that game. There's Talabayam. Let's see. Anything else I'm thinking? Oh. Right. Mordheim. So, Mordheim. Mordheim has a landmark. It's called Sigmar's Rock. So, for those who don't know, Mordheim is a very important city in Warhammer Fantasy. It is also the name of a tabletop game that you could play. Mordheim was basically Kill Team before Kill Team. It's basically Fantasy's version of 40K's Necromunda. Mordheim, first of all, Mordheim, the tabletop game of Mordheim is kick-ass. It's super fun. Mordheim, though, is a city of the damned and the dead. Hundreds of years ago, a streak of light swept across the skies of the Empire. It was a twin-tailed comet. And that is Sigmar's symbol, the twin-tailed comet. This led many people to believe that Sigmar was going to return. Astrologers of the Empire tracked the comet and realized that it was going to land in Mordheim. Hundreds, if not thousands of people flooded to Mordheim from Oostermark and Stirland and all over the Empire, flooded to Mordheim so they could be there when Sigmar returned. Thing is, wasn't Sigmar. It was a fucking meteorite. The meteorite, made of warpstone, that's it right there, actually, you can see it, which is, yes, that green rock that the Skaven like so much. The warpstone meteorite slammed into Mordheim. The city was destroyed, everyone in it was killed, and Mordheim became the city of the damned, because warpstone does a lot of crazy shit. Not only is it, is it chaotic, which means it infests and spreads chaos wherever it goes, but it's also capable of, it's like a weird mix of Tiberium and also radiation, and, also uranium, because it can literally bond to your skin if you touch it without gloves, and it can mutate you, but it's also worth a lot of money. So, for a time, a number of groups fought in the City of the Damned to gather warpstone fragments. Nowadays, Mordheim is completely abandoned. No one goes into it or out of it because, well, it's destroyed and it's still corrupted. But it is a cool thing that it's there. And then finally, the Moot. This is where the halflings live. Burn this to the ground. I'm not joking. Burn this to the ground. Burn it. Because the Moot these are not like the halflings in Lord of the Rings. The halflings of Warhammer Fantasy are the worst aspects of halflings. They really are. So burn this to the ground. No, I love hobbits and halflings. I love the halflings in Lord of the Rings. No, but the halflings in fantasy? Nah, burn this to the ground.
Ready.
Just burn it to the ground. Worry about it later. And if you want to know why I hate it so much, it's literally because in the lore, yeah, not only do they get a vote in who becomes the next Elector Count, simply because they baked the Emperor at one point a really good pie, but at another point, an Imperial army marching to fight fight against the Sylvanian vampire counts had to turn back because the halflings stole all of their food supplies, claiming that it was theirs. It wasn't. They just grabbed it like the dirty little thieves they are. And when the Elector counts are like, hey, that's ours, we need that for our campaign, the halflings were like, well, no, it's ours, but we'll gladly sell it back to you. So, no, burn that to the ground. So I don't care. Burn it to the ground.
I command here.
Anyway, let's just take Uber's right.
I am Prince and Emperor.
Okay, there's a town hall in here, which is... that's nice, but we don't really need that right now, so we're going to tear that down. So we can build something else. We want to get some growth set up so we can make this place grow faster and we can build it up.
Bring me to my men.
Because we need Altdorf to be upgraded so we can build an artillery, build a gun manufactory, or sorry, a foundry for cannons.
The nation calls.
Yeah, let's get the... Always max out your campaign movement range so you can move faster. Let's see. Next, okay, so as you can see, now it takes 2 turns for this. That means we got to get our research up. So let's work on administrative reform, self-determination, religious freedom, open diplomacy, establish the Imperial Senate. That'll come in handy later, I think. Wait, what are some of those things? Guaranteed priority of industrial contracts to known. Recognize Marienburg's right to self-govern. Intervention in Talabecland. Promise Hawkland aid against the chaos threat. Let's see. Reprimand the Elector of Averland. Yeah, Marius Lightdorf is the Count of Averland. He's absolutely bonkers. No, let's go with the advanced steam engine so we can start working on our industry. So?
Is it time? Men, war calls!
So, I can't talk about Marius. Marius Lightdorf, as I said, is the Elector Count of Averland. Marius is, well, insane is putting it lightly. Marius Lightdorf is so insane that the man not only claims that that his horse can talk to him, but his horse is also one of his greatest advisors. Daisy is the name of his horse, by the way. Marius Lightdorf also at one point declared a war on the river near his lands. Like, I am not kidding. He declared war on the river and went and, like, I think if the lore was correct, went and had his men stab the river, which I think is, again, it's as insane as you think. He hunts halflings for sport. Yeah, that's true too. Yeah, he's a little bit of an oddball. But in the lore, he did go out like a champ. Marius Lightdorf went out like a champ because at the Battle of Blackfire Pass, he actually fought against an orc chieftain while Karl Franz watched. Karl was trying to get over there to help him, but he couldn't get close enough. So Marius Lightdorf rode into battle and fought that orc chieftain and was brutally killed. And Karl was so fucking pissed at that he actually slew the orc war chief with one swing of Galmaraz, his hammer. So Marius died a hero, basically. You kind of feel bad for the guy. But yeah, he's still nuts.
Men, we must
Also,
attack.
Hans Frankenwerter? All right, whatever. Kill him. All right. Oh, he's got Mountain Corps troops. Whatever. All right, he's dead. We're going to occupy that. Nice. Reichland secure. The secessionists are destroyed. So we are now going to set our thing to focus on growth so we can get this, get everything built up faster.
Summon the Elector Counts. What?
Now, I'm going to give you guys a warning. This is actually important. If you're going to play this game, when the original, like back in the old days, a lot of people fell for what's called the Marienburg trap. Marienburg is not part of the Empire. Not anymore. It used to be, but it's not anymore. Marienburg has a massive port in it. And in Total War 1 and 2, the port gave you a massive boost to your income. It doesn't anymore. It's been toned down now. So it's not worth falling into the trap. Especially because, well, Marienburg is 3 settlements. 1, 2, 3. And it's pretty hard, and this doesn't count, that's just a fort. It's hard to take all this land very early on. Especially because we have more important problems to deal with. Mainly Vlad. Vlad is going to start moving, going to start rolling through the Empire like a cannonball on fire if we don't deal with him. So my plan is we're going to build up an army, and if Elspeth doesn't want to play ball, which I don't think she wants to, fine then, bitch. We're going to do it ourselves. We're going to have to tear through here, taking back all this territory from the vampires. I'm then going to have to cross through Averland and just start wrecking house in Vlad's territory. Because we cannot let Vlad build up his army. If he does, we're not going to be able to stop him this early on. And yes, Bow and Terra's right. Karl Franz did fight another Orc war chief at Blackfire Pass, and it was such an epic duel that the Orcs stopped to watch. Karl Franz is the guy. Anyway, we now have our first Regiment of Renown unit, the 1st Imperial Foot Guard. We're going to recruit them.
Who calls?
Who calls? All right. Also going to upgrade Helmgart over here. Now, our objectives to win are twofold. One, or threefold. Stop the secessionists, deal with the Barrow Legion, who's over here, and conquer Sylvania. Here's the thing. The Barrow Legion, from my experience, the Barrow Legion tends to get caught up in a fight with the dwarves, Bretonia, and the Wood Elves. So we're just Marienburg and the dwarves, and also Bretonia. So we're gonna leave them to that. If it starts getting bad, we'll come back. But my focus is on dealing with Vlad, because again, if we don't stop him, he will be unstoppable. So again, I'm gonna reach out to, to Elspeth.
The dead are thick about you. Welcome.
Yeah, that might have something to do with the fact that I've been murdering a bunch of guys. Look, can we at least play ball?
May this further the Imperial cause.
Yeah. Anyway, what I want to get from her is military access so I can walk through her land, because obviously it looks like she's not doing a good enough job, so I'll do it. Like, to quote Thanos, fine, I'll do it myself. Because she ain't doing it, so I will.
Ready.
Alright, looks like all we can do right now. As for Conrad over here, I think what we're going to do is we're going to give, I'm going to give Conrad some troops. Not many. But I want to give Conrad an army. Because I think what we're going to do with Conrad is have him watch the Barrow Legion. Because if they start well, actually, there's another reason too. There's another problem to the north. The Black Pit Orcs, for one. And then a little bit more over here, Festus and his Fecundites. Nurgle followers, basically. Now, Hawkland has that under wraps right now, but they won't be able to do it forever. So, yeah. We are gonna, like I said, playing as Carl means you have to play aggressively defensive. We basically have to move out and actually take back territory. So, and that's true. Carl doesn't suffer trespassing penalties. That is true. However, I still want to work toward it because I want to confederate with Nuln. Plus, if we're going to fight Vlad, we're going to need some heavy artillery. Because, well, it's Vlad. And I firmly believe in not letting the undead touch me. So it's rather we just blow them to pieces from a distance and watch and laugh. Rather than actually fighting them hand to hand. Because, again, there's no such thing as a fair fight. Fair fights are for suckers. Alright, so we are going to upgrade Altdorf. Let's build another commercial farm here so we can get more growth for this area. And then once, it's going to take a little bit of time, but once we're done, we'll be building a foundry so we can get some cannons or some artillery pieces. Because we've got 14 men in here. I'm gonna be real with you guys. I don't like the cavalry. I mean, it's good, it's useful, but the problem with cavalry, especially like this cavalry, is that it quickly gets replaced by armored vehicles, like the tanks and everything. So I'm keeping the cavalry for now, but after a while, we're gonna get rid of them. Anyway, back on the tech tree. Let's go with... What else we got in here? Religious freedom. This will come in handy for sure. Not right now, though. You'll also notice a lot of these buildings are locked right now. We can't build these buildings until, like, it even says building required. Yeah, we have to build other stuff, but we can do this. However, we are going to establish the Imperial Senate. Because, duh, we're going to want that. After that, I will work on, getting... Probably electrical motors and stuff like this. And then we can get our artillery limbering. Carl, that kills people. Come on, Carl. Now, you'll recall I said there was a danger to the north. It's not just Festus, and it's not just the Black Pit. There is an unforeseen threat. Deep in the forests. Somewhere. Waiting. And they are a pain in my neck. Now, technically, Toddbringer should be handling it. But in every campaign I've played, good old Toddy continues to fail me. So we need to be on the lookout for Kazarak the One-Eye, the Beastman leader. Now... Here's the thing about the Beastmen. The Beastmen are probably the worst faction in this game. They have gotten very little love ever since they were introduced. They're just awful. They're not fun to play as, and most of their units suck. There's a reason why people, like, literally say they're the worst faction in the game. Along with a few others, but the others have gotten better. The Beastmen have not. The problem with the Beastmen is that they're a roaming faction. They have no home. They're just going to roam around and burn everything down. It's on Toddbringer and the forces of Middenland to stop them, because they are up in the forest near Middenland. So, yeah. But that's also why I'm keeping Wilhelm here, just in case the Beastmen get any stupid ideas. Also, I'm hoping a special something spawns while I'm playing this on stream. Because there is something I very, very much want someone to draw me in. I want someone to draw me wearing this item. Because I think it would look so... the drip on this item is so cool that I think I'd look great in it. But I'm hoping it spawns. Because it has to spawn first. And I think Bo and Tara knows what I'm talking about. Let's just say that it's, let's just say it only spawns in the Empire. Speaking of it spawning, what do we got over here?
I will marshal the band.
What is that? Company docks. Oh! That's actually a good thing. We'll keep that. The Chilean Trading Company. We will definitely hold on to that. Yes, you're both right. Dino King and Bow and Terry. Yeah, it's exactly what you think it is.
The Empire.
I do love that item very much. For all the wrong reasons, but I do love that item. So I'm hoping it spawns. Anyway, we are now going to, now that that's done, and the Senate is established, we're now going to research, where is it? We are now going to research our steam-powered combine harvester. Because I got a brand new combine harvester, and I'll give you the key. Let's see. No, go ahead and upgrade Uber's right. All right, now money is money's going to be a little bit harder now because we do have 2 modern armies running around. But that's okay. We're going to get more. Trust me. Right then. So it looks like Elspeth got her shit together. Well, no, there is no, the only rock I'm interested in this game is Sigmar's rock, only over in Mordheim. But for now, it looks like Elspeth got her shit together, which is good. But it's also bad, because that means I can't go kick the shit out of these guys for more XP and more money. Meh. Oh well, we'll figure it out. Let's see. I don't like sticking... I want to go do something, but I don't know where to go. And the other problem is that I kind of have to stick around, mainly because, well, we don't know what's going to happen. And 2, I need money to build up my resources. You know what? Let's just go kick the shit out of the elderly. Don't take that out of context. I'm talking about the Barrow Legion and their leader... Actually, where is Kimmler? Where the heck did you go? The reason I say that is because Heinrich Kimmler is the leader of the Barrow Legion, and he's an old-ass man. Where are you, Heinrich? Okay, well, these are the only 2 territories they got. Heinrich, where the heck did you go? Maybe he got his ass kicked.
Yes.
Oh, well. Also, another thing to keep an eye on. Karak Norn. So Karak Norn is a dwarven group. Here's the thing. From personal experience, even if you like the dwarves over the wood elves, and fuck you, you living piece of wood. Fuck this guy. So here's the thing. Even if you like the dwarves over the elves, and this asshole, don't make friends with Karak Norn, because from my personal experience, they get involved in so many wars that they drag you into. They pick fights with everyone. I literally saved them from getting beat up by the Wood Elves, and then they dragged me into war not only with every other Wood Elf faction, but also some of the Bretonnians too. So yeah, no, don't make friends with them.
The nation calls.
All right. This will bolster the nation. All right, I'm trying to I'm just trying to think ahead on what we're gonna do. There we go. Look, if I had to choose between living in the Warhammer Fantasy universe or the Warhammer 40k universe, give me the Fantasy universe. Because at least there, I could cast magic and not have to worry about getting corrupted by chaos. Because again, mages can cast magic here and not have to worry about chaos control. Unlike a psyker who has to constantly fight against chaos, here, mages and wizards can cast magic without having to worry about that. Because they're drawing on the winds of magic itself. Now, granted, you do have to worry about blowing yourself up, but look, I'm a master mage. I can handle it. Anyway, we're actually going to save our money now because Altdorf's about to get upgraded. So, in the meantime,
As is my right by Sigmar's crown.
Let's go kick the shit out of the elderly.
My bloodline calls.
I don't give a shit who's calling you. I'm coming to kick your ass. Let's see. We can go right here.
My orders are to move.
Hi, King Lewin. There he is.
Find me, grave
Yeah, there's Heinrich Himmler, who we are going to go and beat the shit out of. Lewin.
I am the blood of Gilles.
Yeah, Lewin. What the heck happened, my guy? So, King Lewin Leoncoeur is the leader of Bretonia. Lewin, what the hell happened, my guy? Your land is infested with vampires and old people. What happened? I think the vampires kicked Lewin's teeth in, and now he's hiding in a dwarven karak. Yeah, that's Grung Zint. That's a dwarven karak. Pansy. Let me go. Stand back, your majesty. Let real men show you how it's done. Let the men of the Empire do what apparently the men of Bretonia can't. I mean, technically the men of the Empire already do everything better than the men of Bretonia, but hey, you know, you ride horses better. That's nice, I guess. Look, the only Bretonian I respect is Réponse de Lyonnaise, and in the lore, she's dead. Like, she's dead hundreds of years before the lore, for the modern lore of the game. So, let me put it to you guys this way. You want to know why I hate Bretonia so much? Because they're literally so up their own ass about how important they think they are. Yeah, we are the Knights of Bretonia. Chivalry. Shut the hell up. Let me put it to you this way. Numerous times in the Empire and Bretonia's history, the Empire has tried to give, like, gunpowder... Oh. Hey, Chujin, how you doing? Welcome, Raiders. I'm Zaruk Windcaller, Guardian of the Forest of Memories. Welcome. We're playing Total War Warhammer 3 tonight with the new Millennium Mod. So it's Warhammer 3, but all of the Empire factions have World War I equipment. How y'all doing? What's up? Ooh, Super Robot Wars Y. Didn't that just come out? Or is it Gamma? Might be, I'm not sure if it's Y or Gamma, but regardless, I've heard it's pretty good.
I am Prince and Emperor.
But yes, we're playing Total War Warhammer 3 with the new Millennium Mod. So we are, we are using World War I era tech to fight against everyone else. Anyway, let's see. So now we can build, let's get to building. So there's the Field Artillery School, and we're going to build this brickyard for more money. Money. All right. Now, as I said, let's go beat up the elderly. No ally. Yeah, no one's coming to help you, old man. All right, let's see. Just some skelly boys and some bats and what the heck is that? A dire wolf. Oh no. Anyway. All right, we're gonna loot it, or we're gonna occupy it. And the reason I'm doing that is because you see, this is technically Bretonian land. I'm gonna give it back to him. For a price, but for now, I'm just taking the territory so he can't have it. Once he's dead, I will offer it back for a reasonable fee.
What?
All right, our next target, this depends on how Heinrich reacts. If Heinrich comes after us, he's our next target. If not, I'll just go take Blackstone Pass. Yeah, a reasonable fee. However, unlike Moneybags from Spyro, my fees are perfectly reasonable because I know that that's Bretonian land, and I also know they'll pay hand over fist for it.
The nation calls.
All right, anything going on up here in the north? No. Right then. Well, Toddy. Let me see if Toddy's willing to talk.
Greetings, my countrymen.
All right, well. Wait, why is Marienburg... Oh, I see. Because I trespassed. Boo-hoo. Anyway.
By the comet.
I believe we can... Yeah, we can our forces can trespass through here, and we don't have to worry about anything. Toddy, no offense, but I know you're kind of busy. So, I'm going to send Wilhelm von Zollerhorn and his, I'm going to say... battalion? Question mark? Let's see. Just rounding 450. Battalion. Yeah, we'll say a battalion. battalion, maybe a battalion or two. I'm going to send him in a battalion of infantry to go take Black Pit because you're not doing it. So I'm going to go do it. So, excusez-moi. Is it time? Not yet, Carl. Wait your turn. All right. So once we start raking in money, that's when things are really going to kick off. But right now, we're just trying to pull everything together. Battalion is 300 to 1,000 men. Then yeah, it's a Then yeah, Zollerhorn's got a battalion, a large battalion, but a battalion nonetheless.
It is good to see our allies of the mountains.
Hello, Thorgrim. How can I help you? Oh, sure. Okay. Trade with the Dawi. All right, with the Davi. All right. Hello, Dawi. One rug. All right, sorry. The dwarves are cool. I like the dwarves in Warhammer Fantasy. They're petty as hell, but hey, if you've got the best guns and the best armor, then yeah, you've got the right to be petty. And as one of my bit redeems now is, I love the quote of "That's going straight in the fucking book." I love the Great Book of Grudges. The Damas Kron, the Great Book of Grudges. All right, so I've triggered the migration thing. There it is. Great. In the fucking book. Yep. I love that. I love that audio clip so much. That's going in the book. That's a running joke between me and my friends. Whenever one of us does something to the other, one of us will always respond with, "That's going in the book." All right, so we have the migration event going on, which means our growth is going to skyrocket, but public order goes down because a bunch of people are migrating in. That's okay though, because it means we can speed this process up. And I also believe we get more money that way for a bit, which is also good. Anyway, there he is. There's the one-eyed bastard, Kazarak. Kazarak. Yeah, I think Toddy's going to go. Yes, there will be plenty of blood. We're getting to that. Don't worry. So, I do want to talk about Todbringer and Kazarak. So, Kazarak and Todbringer are probably some of the biggest rivals in Warhammer Fantasy. Both of them lost an eye to each other. Todbringer lost his right eye, and Kazarak, I believe, lost his right eye as well, actually. And they both hate each other. And in the end times, Todbringer does kill Kazarak, but then Kazarak's army kills Todbringer. So, anyway, we are going to battle. Kazarak is there, but he's not really my focus. This is. I want to take Black Pit. We'll give it back to Midland, and then we need to go and take Wrecker's Point and give it back to Nordland. I'm basically... Wilhelm von Zollerhorn's just running around doing damage control right now. Meanwhile, Carl... Well, Carl's kicking the shit out of the elderly.
Ready.
Okay, let's see. All right, we got Heinrich's army over here with another one being built up at Castle Artois, and then another army over here at Blackstone Pass. I think the dwarves might have something to say about that, though. So,
who calls?
Yeah, I think we're gonna go focus on this problem.
Ulrich's will.
Close victory, you say? I don't think so. Not when I got machine guns and artillery, it's not. We'll lose the cuirassiers, but I don't care. Thank you. And we're gonna occupy that. Where you going, old man? Get your butt back here. Oh, they both got away. Dang it. I was hoping to kill them. Dang it. Yep, oh, yeah, so... Lich Killer. Kimmler's quest for the darkest of knowledge will never be over, but he's suffered something of a setback. Defeated Heinrich Himmler. Spell resistance 10% to the whole Lord's army. Yeah. Toddy, can you keep your murder boner under control and think tactily? He's like, you can't tell my murder boner what to do. I am erect with rage.
Now.
And he was, because during the end times, you know, the end of all things, Toddbringer charged into the forest to go fight Kazrak One-Eye, which is, I mean, he did. He killed him. So, I guess if it works, it works. All right, so let's go with get the casualty replenishment rate up. Look at that. Now all of our guys will be ready to go in like 2 turns rather than 3 or 4, which is great. So I can keep chasing these guys. Not now. Oh, really? Anyway, I think, oh, yeah, no, they're actually, they're suffering attrition. They're actually dying out, which is good. So maybe Lewin will kill him on the next turn. Or on his turn, he better. And if that's the case, that means I can double back and deal with Blackstone Pass, which is good. Anyway, as for what we're doing here, taxation. Not my land, but I own it right now, so I'm going to tax the shit out of it. You're under new management for the foreseeable future until I give you back to the Bretonnian, so you're going to pay out the ass. And no, I don't mean the peasants farming the lands. I mean all you noble assholes who don't do anything. Cough up the money. Another reason why I can't stand Bretonnia. They're literally a feudalistic society that keeps their peasants dirt poor, stupid, and unable to rise up against them, even though, like, it's 90% peasants in Bretonnia. And if you guys think I'm being, you know, like, you're thinking, well, that just sounds like a feudalistic society, Zaruk. No. It's worse than that. Not only does Bretonnia not use gunpowder or other gun-like weapons because they don't want the peasants to get hold of it and be able to punch through the knight's armor, they also are not allowed to own armor-piercing weapons like pistols, rapiers, picks, those kind of things that could go through armor. Peasants not allowed to own that in Bretonnia. You're also not allowed to own own and wear certain colors of clothes because only certain colors are reserved for the nobility. Do y'all want to burn down the castles yet? I know I do. So yeah, no, the nobility is bleh. The nobility is full of crap in Bretonnia. Yeah, the horses eat better than the peasants in Bretonnia. Why are we giving it back then? Because... Actually, that's a good question. Why am I giving it back? That's a good question. Why am I giving it back? I need the money more than they do. No, screw it. We're keeping the land then. Good point. Why am I giving it back? Ambush. Oh, failed to... Uh-oh. So they're ambushing us. Great. Okay, I don't know. Not good. Most of our guys need to get into position. Boy, this is not going to end well, is it? Okay, well. Trying to think. I don't even know what's in this army. We can try to fight it out, but like, Sure, why not? Let's see what we can do. Problem is, these are all like early Imperial rifle troops. They're not exact. Their morale's not that great. Besides, we're getting charged from all directions by a freaking Beastman army, which means we need. The only way this unit can work really well is if they get into a firing line, and I don't think we're gonna have time to do that. We'll see. They're also not wearing armor, which means they're vulnerable to arrows, which Beastmen do use, so, meh.
Victory will be ours!
I can't see anything. Give me control of my units.
Look out! Spellcaster!
Yeah, give me control of my units. I know it's an ambush. Thank you. There it is. Stop. Okay, what are we... Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Yeah, I think we're in trouble. Ambushed. So yeah, we are in trouble. Let's see, what can we do? We don't have time to get defenses up. We're literally being charged from all directions. This is not good. And of course, Kazarak is blocking the way out. Of course he is. Okay. All right, what can we do? The formation. All right, we're gonna switch to melee. We're gonna switch to formation, so they can get their melee defense up. And yeah, they do get a bonus to their morale because they're because of melee contact. Let's see, charge bonus, charge resistant. Oh, that might actually work. Form squares. That might actually work. All right, form square. Yeah, our leaders are trashed, but our guys are... At least our guys were able to form square.
Handgunners!
Wait, it's actually working. We're actually... Well, the hounds are being driven off. Problem is, they're not shooting. It's just meant to block charges.
Hey, come on here!
Guys, come on. Why aren't you firing your weapons? Oh, wait, are they? No, they're not. They're just bracing they're using their bayonet.
That's an order! Seeking enemy!
Handgunners! Smash them aside!
Yeah, we can't even get a formation up. We're literally surrounded. Great.
What?
Maybe I can...
Withdraw! Reynolds, aim! We're ready! Show us the foe!
Yeah, if these guys break away and then rally, we could actually do something with them. I honestly thought our guys would use their weapons, but no, they just, I guess, plant their rifles and don't shoot. You know, guys, the whole point of an infantry square is to actually use your rifles, not just use your bayonets. That said, they are driving off some of these units, which is pretty impressive. Yeah, they're all broken. Yeah, we're done. Close defeat my ass. We got slaughtered. There was no close defeat to that. Hey, Rainbow. Huh, but we did kill some of them, which is actually impressive. I'm actually surprised by that. Though, of course, it's the chariots that did most of the damage and the monsters. Yeah. Again, had we been able to form a line... Actually, honestly, I don't think it would have mattered. Even if we'd formed a line, I think they still would have killed us, but we would have slaughtered a lot of them too. But with Wilhelm's army defeated, that means it's on Toddy to do this. So, good luck, Toddbringer. It's on yours. It's all on you now. Yeah, it's all on Toddy to do it now. He'll be fine. And the good news is, with Wilhelm still up, we might be able to pull back to Altdorf and rebuild an army, because now we have access to artillery, something that's going to make these guys a joke. But we're going to need to get the artillery first, because we marched in here with just infantry. Fun fact, by the way, many people say one of the only redeemable things about playing the Beastmen, and it's a very small thing, is that they ambush really well. That's it. That's all they got going for them, is their ambush ability. Other than that, like on a straight-up fight against prepared enemies, they usually lose. So, If our guys were actually firing their rifles, we probably would have killed a bunch more of them, but they didn't. They just formed square and didn't shoot. Again, the entire point of forming an infantry square...
A quest has been issued, mighty lord. A great adventure beckons. Be wary, though.
Yeah, shut up, you Zinch follower. Right, yeah, contact... Okay, Roads to Renown. One of your top advisors has suggested a way to increase your political standing within the Empire. Though you do not command all military activities in faraway lands personally, it is possible to have each state's annals updated to attribute past military victories to your own involvement and frame yourself as an inspirational military leader. To achieve this, you must contact your most trusted officials in each state and pull a lot of clandestine political strings. No small feat, but the fruits of such labor can be highly beneficial to you in the long run. So lie. Lie. Sure. All right. Looks like Wilhelm was able to pull out with some of his troops. So let's pull back to Altdorf.
We march.
Hey, Toddy, good to see you got off your ass and are actually doing something. Good to see it. Now, hurry up and kill Kazrak so we can worry about other stuff. All right, in the meantime, next up, we'll go with the electric motor. And then we'll move back to military stuff in a bit. Oh, wait, I need to open that.
To the provinces.
Yeah, let's get your, yeah, there we go. Meanwhile, back at the stuff I actually care about right now.
Summon the Elector Count.
Oh, for Pete's sake, Lewin. Never send a Bretonnian to do an Emperor's job. Come here, Heinrich. Wait a minute. Wait, crap, we have to go into Bretonnian land. Crap. All right. I'm a respectable man. Let me ask for permission.
Welcome. How fares the Emperor in these dark times?
Well, I'm trying to help you. So, like, but you don't, all right. You don't want to give me military access? All right, fine. Then you can deal with the crazy old necromancer. In the meantime, I'm going to go burn down his stuff.
The Empire.
You deal with him then.
Bring me to my men.
Wait, actually, I can't. If I leave the castle, he'll just double back and take it, right? Oh, not with those numbers, he won't. He's still suffering from attrition. Good. So, yeah, we're going to backpedal and just...
Step to it.
Yeah. I'm going to come and burn down your stuff. All right. So, let's build the Red Moon Inn. This is for all the Vermintide fans out there. And in the meantime, after that, we should be able to upgrade Altdorf to its... Well, it's kind of expensive. I think we'll focus then on... actually, it's equal parts. And then in that case, no. We will focus on upgrading Altdorf again. 4 turns versus... Oh, 5 turns. Nah, no. Then we will... well... Because getting these leveled up as quickly as possible is important. I'll cross that bridge when I get to it. But yeah, once Wilhelm gets back, we can further upgrade we can give him some new troops. Elspeth, how you doing over here? Okay, good. You've basically got the situation under control. How's Vlad doing? Actually doing pretty... He's still contained. Let's hope it stays that way. Because the moment Vlad breaks out of that containment, we're going to have to focus on him. Even if there is other stuff over here we could be doing. We have to focus on Vlad. Well, Dino King, I wish that too. But they're only a garrison for Ubersreich. I wish you could recruit the Ubersreich 5. Apparently, and I think at Total War Warhammer 2, you could. But now they're a garrison unit.
You are not welcome in my court, yet here you are.
No peace, just war. Get out of my court. I don't negotiate with necromancers. Gelt looking around nervously. That's a reference to the lore for anybody who knows what Gelt gets up to in the end times. Let's just say Balthazar Gelt does a lot of bad things in the end times. One of which is he starts messing with necromancy, which gets him removed from his position and kicked out of the Empire. Because, you know, yeah, we don't do that.
By the comet.
Yes, you can. You can recruit Gotrek Felix and Ulrika Magdova, but you have to trigger it first. Anyway, so let's go deal with Blackstone Pass.
Ulrich's will.
Sorry, gotta cross through your territory. I'm sorry. Pyrrhic victory. That's because there's a lot of guys in here. Yeah, it's fine. Thank you. All right, that should, besides, we've got massive replenishment,
Now.
so, yeah, a Pyrrhic victory, but our guys will be back at full strength in, like, 2 or 3 turns. Now, I believe that means Heinrich has no more settlements. So the only thing keeping him alive right now is him raiding. But even then... Oh, it's also because he's gathering souls. So they are gathering up another army. I'm going to have to double time it over there.
So,
Technically, I'm pretty sure this belongs to the dwarves.
I command here. I am Prince and Emperor.
I am Franz. They will obey. All right.
Who calls?
So yeah, we may have to double back like I thought, because I guess Lewin doesn't want to handle the problem, which means I have to. But I'm also thinking that's the last of the Barrow Legion's territory. Yeah, it is. So if we kill Heinrich, then he's out of the game permanently, unless he takes one of these unless he takes some more territory. But I'm going to be going back that way anyway.
Summon the Elector.
I'll also give Blackstone Pass back to the dwarves because, well, I'm definitely not giving it to the Bretonnians. This technically is. Is that an iron mine? No, that's a steel mine. Nah, you guys can have it. It's fine. I'll give it back to you. I'll just ask for a shit ton of money. In the meantime, let's upgrade Altdorf to level 3. Get this factory upgraded. And then over on our research side of things, finally, artillery horse limber. All right, Wilhelm, get your butt back in here.
Now.
All right, now while his men are resting, let's talk about some of the other stuff we can get. We now have access to heavy machine guns, heavy MGs, along with howitzers and field guns. So, yes, first of all, yes. We will be getting 2 heavy machine guns, and I'm also going to be getting 2 field guns, mainly because the field guns have shrapnel and the howitzers don't. And considering, well, beastmen don't wear armor, shrapnel will be very effective. Along with that, let's see if anyone wants to talk now or trade.
The Empire.
Surely.
Nope. Toddy. Why are y'all so pissed at me? Oh, strategic threat. I'm the Emperor.
Approaching me.
Strategic threat my ass. I'm the Emperor. Whatever.
Approach. Greeting.
Yeah, doesn't look well. We can trade with Kerak. Well,
Make your
no.
proposal.
Guess a lot of people don't want to talk. Anyway, yeah, the Barrow Legion's out of settlements, which means if we once we tear this down, once we get rid of Kimmler and whoever that is, they're done and out of the game, which is good. And once we do that, I can focus on I can bring Karl back and we can build up his army too. Or I could make I could make the Bretonnians very, very thankful to me if I could get rid of that ulcer that they've never been able to get rid of. This is, for those who don't know, this is Mousillon. Mousillon is a territory in Bretonnia that fell to vampirism. It is run by a guy called the Red Duke, and the Bretonnians were never able to take this city back. They tried numerous times. They were never able to. So if I did it, thoughts for later. For now, focus on the now.
I am France.
They will obey. I would go do the quest battle for Beast Slayer, which would give us a ton of money, but Carl's army is kind of in shambles right now, and we don't have the firepower to take on that quest yet.
I think this calls for a little history lesson.
Talk about Queek. Queek Headtaker, probably one of the greatest warriors among the Skaven, and actually has honor, shockingly. Queek is one of the, to my knowledge, is one of the only Skaven who, okay, he is a Skaven, and he does believe in backstabbing people to move up in rank, but he's actually loyal to his boss. Queek does have a boss, and Queek never wants to backstab his boss because he respects him. Queek is loyal to his boss, but that's it. And as for Queek himself, well, he's called Headtaker for a reason. Queek has fought many, many, many champions of various factions, and he's beaten them all. Though in the lore, if I remember correctly, let's see, I'm pretty sure he kills Belagar Ironhammer in the end times, and then Thorgrim Grudgebearer caves in Queek's skull with his axe. Okay, hang on, let's see. Historically, the region of Brass Keep has been ruled over by Hochland, but is currently under the control of the Elector Count of another state. No, it's not. It's being run by Festus, unless you've killed him already. Aldebrand Ludenhoff, the rightful Elector Count of Hochland, has asked for your help in restoring his rule over this land immediately. Then, yeah, no, it goes back to Hochland. What, did you kill Festus already? Oh! They did! Wow. Okay. Props to Hochland. How? Oh, yeah, Thorgrim chokes Queek out. Right. Okay, also, how? You guys, oh, you beat up on Festus. Oh, okay. Okay, I'll take it. We take those. Festus the Leech Lord is one of the Nurgle champions, and Hochland apparently beat the stuffing out of him, so... Okay, we take those. I knew it. They're laying... Oh, God! Everyone is coming to take that castle back. Okay. Carl, we might need to move.
Bring me to my men.
I know we're not exactly in the... You know, it's not exactly the right time, but we need to get going.
And Emperor.
Anyway, I'm gonna talk to the dwarves now and give them that back. Dawi friends. I believe I have something that belongs to... Yes, I believe I have something that belongs to you. You can have it back. That said, I am gonna want some money. That'll do nicely. Thank you very much.
Fine.
You just gave me 4,500 gold. Thank you very much. Karl Franz, best statesman in all of the Empire. I know you can, but I like opening the menu up. More fun that way, at least to me. All right, so that's upgrading now. We want to build... We can't build a school. I don't want to build a school yet. The schools and everything should be kept in the other section here. So, let's build a... Oops, come on. Yeah, let's build another factory. And then when Altdorf upgrades, we'll give it the, let's see, what level? It'll be level 3, so... That means we can build in Altdorf. let's see. That means we should be able to build... Whoop, wrong button. Hang on. Yeah, it's Alt-Dwarf. We should be able to... Here. There we go. All right, so at level 3, we can upgrade the port, which is good. We could build the Reichsguard stables, but I won't. We can start working on the College of Magic. Yeah, we can build the Conclave of Battle Wizards, so we can actually have access to other wizards. Let's see. We'll be able to upgrade our bear... Well, actually, we can't. So, here is one of the hiccups with this mod, and it is why you need to be so careful in the early game. It is balanced. I'm not going to say it's not balanced. This is balanced, but it's why you need to be careful, especially on the higher difficulties. Even if you get to level 3 very quickly, you will not be able to get your buildings yet. This is because to get the barracks and to get the ordnance factory for your next tier of infantry and artillery, you need trench warfare, which on the research tree is all the way right here. So you got to do a lot of stuff to get there. Also, worth noting, for y'all's interest. Once you split here, this is where I mentioned it at the start of the stream, but here's how it works. If you want tanks, you need to go down this line. Get to motorized military, and then make your way to tanks. But you're going to have to make sure you've done research in industry and or you have diesel engines. Trench warfare is for your artillery and your infantry. Once you get here, you can start fielding your next level of infantry. But if you want things like, your heavier artillery or your really cool infantry, you got to go down these lines. And if you want your aircraft, so like biplanes, bombers, and the blimps, including the super unit, the Sky Destroyer, you need to go down this tech tree. So, interesting thing to note, by the way, you do get access to shock troopers. Like, they're called Imperial Assault Troops, but they're basically shock troopers or stormtroopers. But you need to get infiltration for that. I don't know if they're in the game anymore, but back in the older version of the game, one of the shock units was a group where dudes covered in like plates, or like metal plates, and their weapons of choice were they were covered in metal, basically. Like, we're talking World War I stormtrooper metal, and they had shields and axes. And I literally saw them go toe-to-toe with Chaos Warriors on numerous times. I think they've been removed from the mod, which makes me sad. Unless it's the trench... Actually, no, it is. It's the Trench Raiders. They've become the Trench Raiders now. Yeah, but you need trench warfare for that. Anyway, how's it looking for you, Wilhelm? Yeah, you need a bit more time. Understandable. Let's see, I'm actually going to give you a, machine guns. I'm actually going to give you, nah, you don't need that. I'll give you another artillery piece. 3 artillery pieces will be more than enough to deal with whatever's out there. Oh, also, we now have access to mountain troops because we upgraded that, we upgraded Helm Guards. So now we have access to mountain troops. But maybe we should wait a little bit longer. Because once that's finished, we can give Wilhelm access to mountain mortars. And I've only heard stories about those. I haven't seen them in action yet. Now, where is that? There is one really cool drip unit. I do want to, there they are. But you got to be level 16 for them. Dang it. All right, we'll get there.
I command here.
It's sad because they're not like... They're an okay unit, but they look so cool. Imagine, for those who don't know, imagine the Karaberg Greatswords. So it's the Greatsword unit, except these guys wear full plate, like full metal plate, like Trench Raider style. They have gas masks and helmets, capes, and they run around with Greatswords. They're called the 2nd Karaberg Trench Raiders. Now, of course, a greatsword's not exactly useful in trench raiding, but hey, I'm not going to argue with the drip. All right. Everything's been researched. Oh, no. Crap. They're here. Well, I can't do anything about it. The Deceivers are here, which means the Changeling is running around. Great. So the Changeling is one of the most annoying guys in the game. He basically can take on the form of any other faction, and it's a horde group. They don't have a base, so they just wander around. And he can schmoove. You have to pin him down to actually stop him from running around, which is why it's so annoying.
What does the Emperor bid?
Emperor doesn't bid anything yet. Actually, he does, actually. The Emperor bids that you die.
War call.
Get him, boys. Alright, that's one. Where are you going?
Ready.
Alright, we gotta,
Attack!
die. You are dead. No big surprise.
Yes.
Alright, let's go kick the shit out of Heinrich.
Into battle.
Hey, I took this land. If you want it, you can come get it. Oh, for Pete's sake. Why are you running, bro? I don't think I can catch him. Nope, I can't. Besides, we need to, Also, you! Out of my territory.
In the name of Magnus.
Yeah, can I catch him?
My influence is weak.
I am Prince and Emperor.
Yeah, I can't catch him. Dang it.
I command here. Is it time? Bring me to my men.
Well, that sucks. Thought we could finally kill him. But I did just kick the crap out of him and that other army, so he ain't gonna be getting any more help. So unless he starts, like... Unless the Bretonnians do something stupid and get their butts kicked by him, he's basically a... Well, I was about to say dead man walking, but he's a necromancer. So he's going to die, basically. Anyway, Carl, let's see what we can do here. All right, let's max out the logistics so he can recruit. His upkeep goes down and his recruitment is cheaper. And then we're going to go with... Carl is a leader of men, so I'm going to go with giving Carl the... Carl's probably going to have a lot of infantry, so we're going to go down the Iron Discipline route.
I will marshal the men.
We'll marshal the men. Oh, he's right there. I could go kick the crypt. Go kick the. Oh wait, actually no, that's for the wizard.
By the comet.
Yeah, I don't think Wilhelm could get there. Besides, we need more time for our men to recover. The good news is we've got a ton of money right now, so we can start upgrading our buildings and everything. So we'll upgrade Ubers right next. There we go. Yeah, this is Bretonia. Don't get your hopes up. Yeah, I know. I shouldn't get my hopes up about them. But hey, an imp can hope, right? An imp can hope that, you know, the other kingdom of men is not full of pansies and can actually, you know, fight despite the fact that they don't know what the proper representative form of government is. And yes, I know Bellacor's here. Be'lakor is, Be'lakor. Like the, most of the angriest demon prince. Well, not the angriest, but also probably one of the most petty demon princes out there. But yeah, he's here. He's actually on the,
I will hear what you have to say.
What do you want? I mean... Fine. Sure. I don't want to fight you anyway, but I'm going to go burn Musalon down since you guys won't. right, let's see. Beastmen attack the Electrostate. Wissenlin and Nuln come under attack from the Beastmen in the region of Nuln and are appealing to you for military aid. Will you come to their defense and join them in battle, or leave them to fight off their attackers alone? I've got some prestige, so yeah, send a military force. Really? You guys have got this. Relax. Yeah, that's what I thought. You guys got that. We've got guns. Heinrich, I guess I wasn't clear.
The nation calls.
When I said you needed to die, I meant it. So die. Oh, for Pete's sake. Oh, no. Heinrich's dead.
I am Prince and Emperor.
But you? Get him. There we go. And that's it for the Barrow Legion, I think. Yep. Faction destroyed. Good. Now, about Mousillon.
Make haste, men.
Actually, I think we'll leave it be for now. Mainly because I don't want to, you know, I think the, yeah, I was about to say, I think the broken axes have got it handled right now. So let Grom handle Mousillon if he wants it that badly.
Onwards.
All right, as for us,
Praise Sigma.
I think we're ready to... Yep, are we ready? Yes, we are. All right, Wilhelm. I don't want to get jumped this time, so let's take this a bit more carefully, shall we?
Onwards.
I see you up there. Let's see. We're going to switch to encamp stance.
Right. Moving on.
Because encamp stance builds us a fort, and it actually protects us better from ambushes. So... And we could field another army right now, but I'd rather not. I'd rather focus on building up our infrastructure and then working on getting more troops. Speaking of building up, let's see if we can't strike up some new deals. Anyone want to talk or trade or anything? No.
Sick.
No.
You dare? Yes?
No. 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 For Pete's sake.
Welcome.
No. Okay. Maybe at one point. Once we get Carl back into Reichland, we'll build up his troops, and then we'll go take on the quest battle. For now, though, I need to make sure that things are going to be okay here in the territory, because, well, I mean, I've liberated these people from the Bretonian yoke, but I need to make sure that it actually can stand on its own.
Is it time?
Is it time?
I see no other option. Yes, to unite the provinces.
Alright, I'm gonna run to the restroom real quick while this plays through. I'll be right back. Got an ad playing anyway. Be right back.
How fares the Karazhan Corps in these dark times?
All right, I'm back. So. And we're going to accept this, because I don't want to fight them. Honestly, kind of surprised Lewin hasn't tried to strike up a deal with me, but then again, you know, most of the time the Bretonians don't exactly like doing stuff like that. Anyway, good.
Surprise, motherfucker.
Hey, Redlock, how you doing? All right, let's see. Let's go with income from infrastructure. Yeah, let's go with this next.
Bring me to my men.
All right, these people will be fine. Things going up, so it'll be fine on its own.
Ready.
Carl, I need you back in
In the
Reichland
name of
ASAP,
Magnus
so we can
and France, they will obey.
actually get you some more troops.
Moving off.
There we go. Caribou Greatswords. Cool unit. But not for what we're doing here. They are cool though. I do like them, but yeah, no. Where did Kazrak go? Actually, you know what? I don't think I want to know. Because I know he's waiting to jump me, so we're not going to worry about that.
To battle!
Just stay in a camp stance, keep marching toward the Black Pit. All right, cool. Altdorf is upgraded, so now we're going to, let's see. First off, the Conclave of Battle Wizards, and then next we're going to build a public school, which will increase technology rate and unlock some more buildings. Oh, for Pete's sake, Elspeth, what are you doing? All right, well, it's a good thing Carl's back. Carl can go and handle the... If Elspeth, the Lady of Death, can't handle a small vampire problem, then I guess we're gonna have to do it. To quote a very famous orc from 40k, "I got to do everything myself!" Because it sure feels like it right now. You want something's done right, so you got to do it yourselves. So I guess I will. All right. So my plan is, like I said, my plan right now... Oh, there he is. I see Kazrak. He's over there. With Wilhelm and his force marching on Black Pit... Oh, hang on. Let's see. Money is power. Ain't that the truth? In the Empire, political power is often connected to economic prosperity. There is perhaps no group or organization that has a greater effect on economic prosperity across state borders than the Merchants Guild, the rumors being that many of the electors themselves are on their payroll. Using your gravitas, it may be possible for you to arrange favors for the patrons of the Merchants Guild, such as loosened regulations or tax cuts, in addition to more personal furtherances, in return for their help in advancing your political standing, all at considerable cost, of course. Sure. Ah, Nurgle's rot. Crap. All right, well, they've got a plague. Just great. All right, switch to... let's host Festog. That'll calm them down, I bet. All right. Sorry to push your men so hard, Carl, but you're back now, which is good. All right. So we can upgrade the school to a college, which will help. We're also going to upgrade this building.
The nation calls.
Yeah, I don't know what Kazrak... Well, technically Kazrak's kind of surrounded at this point. point. There's some Marienburg forces around here, and Todbringers over here in Karaberg. So, all right.
Of course.
To quote Frieza, I'll ignore that. We're just gonna go over here and deal with the Black Pit. Good training for the men. And after that, I think we're pretty much in good shape. Let's see. Light artillery weapons. Yeah, if we want to access the machine gun teams, we need to research this too. But I want to get some more... we want to get these buildings up so we can actually get more research rate. And a wizard. You're a wizard, Harry. We need to get a wizard. At least for Franz's army. Yeah, I do want to get some machine guns and get a few more, some more field guns. Oh, but wait. Helmguard is almost upgraded, which means instead of field guns, we can get the mountain mortars instead. That sounds like way more fun, actually. Yeah, the Wood Elves of... Yes, the Wood Elves of Lorelorn just got crumped. Yep. So yeah, we got two heavy machine guns coming. Another field gun is coming. And then, by the time those field guns are ready, I'll have a little surprise before we go and deal with with the quest battle. Hear me now, men of the Empire! The Celestial College's portents speak true! And yes, we're gonna basically, as Reggie on YouTube said, we're basically gonna go reenact D-Day. Only this time, instead of a bunch of Allied troops landing on the beach, it's a bunch of crazy Norwegians not wearing anything at all. And we'll have machine guns and heavy artillery. Toddy, where you going? Kazrak's over there. Okay. Whatever. Yeah, for Pete's sake, y'all are just... nothing makes you guys happy, huh? Oh, well. Alright, meanwhile on the civilian side of things, next up is compulsory schooling, which will boost our research rate by 5% again.
Summon the Elector Counts.
Now, as for my little surprise, well, we should... Yep, there they are. We will now be able to get access to mountain mortars. Now, it is going to take some time to get them. We can only get them from Helmguard, so we're going to have to globally pull them in. That said, I mean, they're 17-centimeter mountain mortars. That sounds amazing. What's the range on them? 488 compared to 900. Ugh. Okay, I see. Ugh. It's less than... Well, it's a little over half. But... Is it worth it, though? Let me see. Oh! Oh, look at that missile strength! Yes! Yes! It is very much worth it. When you unlock the mine... It's funny you joke about that. There are actually there are, like, really powerful goblins in this game, Cataclysm. Fun fact, I'll show you one of them. Where is he? Hold on, let me open up my diplomacy tab. You want to see a goblin? Hang on. That's a goblin. That's a goblin. Ladies and gentlemen, Grom the Paunch. That is not an orc. That's a big goblin. Grom's story is kind of funny. Grom used to be a very tiny goblin. But one day, Grom, the orcs that Grom was accompanying, decided to pull a joke on him. And they fed him raw troll meat. Here's the thing. Trolls, just in Warhammer Fantasy, just like in other settings, trolls regenerate if you don't cook the meat. Grom was given raw troll meat. And according to the lore for the Greenskins, this became known as the Battle of the Belly, where basically Grom's stomach was able to digest this constantly regenerating troll meat. And because of that, not only did it make him enormous, like he is enormous, but it also made him powerful. So now he has regeneration, just like a troll, and his very presence, because of how powerful he is, means that orcs follow him. Instead of goblins following orcs, he's a goblin and the orcs follow him around. It's actually pretty crazy. And yes, he's a goblin troll hybrid basically, but mostly goblin. And he even has his own little hype man. Or sorry, hype goblin. What's his name? I forgot the goblin's name, but yes, Grom has his own little hype goblin who literally rides around with him on his chariot, and wherever he goes, like he's hyping everyone up, like by talking about how cool Grom is. Niblet, yeah, Niblet. Niblet the goblin, who not only carries Grom's banner into battle, but he's literally Grom's little hype goblin. Let me put it this way: if you go watch the Grom the Paunch trailer for the game, it's Niblet like rallying all the goblins and the orcs to hype up Grom, or because of how cool he is. Anyway, we're gonna go burn this place down now. Oh, zog off, huh? I'll teach you to zog off. Oh, this is gonna be fun. I don't know if the field guns, well, they might be able to. Yeah. All right, so this is a siege battle. Siege battles are better now. God, siege battles were the bane of the Total Warhammer series for a while. They're better now. But here's what we're gonna do. We've got field guns. Technically, the field guns are not the best thing to use on the walls, but I'm not gonna use them on the walls. The field guns have shrapnel shells. I'm just gonna fire airburst shrapnel at everything I can see. And of course, we will knock down some of the walls, so we can, use the machine guns. But to start, I'm mainly gonna be just using the airburst shells. Also, I just realized we need to get a master engineer get an engineer at some point, because the engineers, well, actually, we may not need the engineers. There's actually a unit you can get later in the game. Hey, you ever gonna get Sonic? Crossroads? Yes. I'm actually gonna be getting it so I can race on Saturday. That's the Saturday stream idea. Anyway, what's up, Ezekiel? How you doing? But yes, there is a vehicle in this mod that allows you to resupply your artillery units. So I will be focusing on getting that when I can. In the meantime, we're going to get ready to dump some airburst shells on anything that looks at me funny. So.
Ready for war!
Nope.
Hold fire!
So. Oh, we are in range. I thought we were out of range of that. Limber up. We need to get out of range.
What do you think?
I thought we were out of range. Move back. Yeah, move back. I thought we were out of range of those towers. I forgot the range on the towers in this game is nuts, but that's actually a good thing. Again, it makes sieges more interesting. Oh, for Pete's sake, they didn't limber up. Move! Limber your artillery and move! Okay. Okay, are we out of range now? Yes, I think we are.
Great cannon!
Alright, so let's, what wrongdoing? There's nothing wrong. There's a, what I was saying was that there's a unit that allows you, there's a literal unit called an Imperial Supply Vehicle that allows you to restock all of your ranged units without having to, without having to have an engineer on hand. So that's what I'm gonna want. Also, where are you idiots going? Get back to your guns! Oh, right. Yeah, so this is one of the bugs with the game, or the mod. For some weird reason, your guys run back to where their weapons were before you unlimbered them. Don't know how to fix it. Oh, well. Anyway, they are in range, so start firing airburst shells at them, please. And for those... Yep, there we go. Huh. That's not doing as much as I thought. They're just... There it goes. I was about to say, they're just orc boys. The armor's not that thick. There we go. That's more like it. I love watching orcs get turned into a fine red mist. Here we go. And for those who don't know what's happening, those shells burst in the air and then throw shrapnel. So, demonstration. Look over here and wait for the flash. Like that. Why are we taking shots? Where are you... What are you doing? Get back! Why do they keep doing that? You have massive range. I do not know why you're walking forward. Anyway, the reason I'm lobbing shells at them is because, or airburst shells at them, is because they need guys to actually hold these positions. And if they take too much damage, they'll get off the walls. Oh, those are biggins. Yeah, just dump everything on those guys. All right, we may have to switch over to HE shells in a second. Yeah, let's go ahead and do that. All guns, switch to HE. Let's start knocking down some towers. Let's get a good idea. Let's get a close-up view of those guns firing. The Empire sends its regards. Oh, all right. One tower down. Let's get another one. And as for what that looks like from their perspective... Go. All right, next, you know what? Let's give him something let's give him something to sweat about. Knock a hole in the wall, boys. All right. We got a hole, but it's not enough. Let's make another one. Because if we're going to make this work... Oh, wait, actually. Knock down that tower first. I have an idea. Yeah, if we knock down that tower, then we can actually move in close without worry about getting picked off by anything. Now, we can knock down another part of the wall. Let's do this one. The reason I'm doing this is because once we knock down the wall, they're going to have to move their guys between it to stop us, and that's where the machine guns come in. Boss the Hubies is just bombing us! Yeah. Yeah. I don't know if we're going to have enough shots to actually, you know, knock down this whole gate structure, but we can try. Anyway. Tchaikovsky cannons are not instruments. Yes, they are, and I'm going to use 21 of them. Tchaikovsky, no. Tchaikovsky, yes! Tchaikovsky, always yes! Yeah, gates are destroyed. There we go. All right, last wall. All right, one field gun unit is out of ammo. That's okay, though. There we go. Now, as for my plan, allow me to observe. Limber your guns. Wait, I think that unlimbered. Yeah, that unlimbered them. Oops. Yeah. No, you're gonna pack those back up.
Yes, sir.
So here's the thing. Now that the walls are down, like I said, the AI's main mindset at that point is to make sure that the walls, you know, that, well, they can move guys back and forth. Yeah, about that. Also, wait a minute. Switch to airburst again. All right, kill that group, or at least fire at them a bit, and fire on this one too. Yeah, I'm not trying to kill them, I'm just trying to injure them. And then we're gonna, let's see if I, do they have, no, I need to get into a place where they can actually see. I don't want to get too close, though, because we don't want to get shot by arrows, but I need to get close enough that we can actually, like, shoot in there. And unfortunately, it's kind of built up on a hill, so, Alright, this might be a little bit harder than I thought. Because the problem is I need to get the machine guns on a position where they can fire in these openings, but we can't shoot up the incline. No. If you guys can't see the target, don't worry about it. If you've got any shells left, just start firing. It's just free XP at this point. Anyway. Alright, fix bayonets. Time to storm the castle. I believe this is a more, I think this is like, let's see. I'm rounding down here, but let's see. Let's see. Hold on. 320, 480. Yeah, this is about battalion and a half of men. So, yeah, I think that's enough. Over 1,000 guns, so it should be enough, right? I'm gonna see if we can't.
Depart.
And I want to get the machine guns in place, even if they can't do exactly what I'm hoping for. Maybe we can support the infantry at least. Oh, by the way, frightening thing, friendly fire is in this mod. Your guys can shoot, your guys can hurt each other, so you got to be careful with your weapons. Alright, yeah, they can't hit anything. Oh, are they... Oh, they're getting off the wall. Perfect. They're actively getting off the wall. That's Great. Okay. Thanks for being stupid. That helps me out immensely. Yeah, would you like to? So what they're doing is they're pulling back from the wall because they want to be able to better defend the settlement, but but that implies I'm actually going to go in to the castle. I'm not doing that. Wait, oh, right, we'll be out of range in a second. Don't worry about that. Okay, I was kind of scared for a second. Oi! What's these humans bringing up with their four-legged beasties? A little bit closer.
Go!
Yeah, this'll work. Yeah, weird thing in the mod where the infantry just run away from their guns for some reason.
Moving out, sir! Moving! In range! Seething fire!
Yeah, guys, can we fire the guns? Instead of just abandoning them, let's get on the guns and start using them, please. We're getting shot at. Oh, for Pete's sake. Yeah, mod still needs a little bit of work in case it wasn't obvious. Kindly fire the machine guns.
They are wavering!
Now would be nice.
Blaster! Yes, General! Fire!
Why? Okay, we good now? Good. Start shooting. Thank you.
Hand gunners!
Also, fix bayonets.
Strong! We are covered in all blood!
Okay, well, apparently the gunners don't want to use their weapons, so...
Kill everything!
Well, alright, if you pussies don't want to actually do your damn jobs, I'll send men who actually want to. Get the hell off my battlefield.
What do you bid? Moving now! We serve the Emperor! Hand gunners! Yes, my lord! Soldiers of the Empire! Prepare for combat! By Ulrich's wrath! Keep clear! Destroy it! Brace yourself!
God, it's a beautiful thing. Whoop, wrong button. Got a lot of good an orc is when he's being shot with this many bullets. Oh no! Orc biggins. Shoot him. Form square. Defend yourselves. Form square.
The Empire endures! Enemy
By the way, these are supposed to be tough orcs, and, well... All right, we've got a foothold. Get in there.
Taking position!
Oh yeah, and by the way, for the Emperor! Which gives a 20% charge bonus and a 20% boost to speed. Oh yeah, and unlike normal state troops, these men will fight to the death. Fighting trolls with bayonets. Oh, that's it? Okay, I guess we literally just shattered an orc army morale-wise. That's new. Shoot them. Suffer not the green skin to live. Shoot them all. Oh, that one took his head off. Good grief. Yep, that one too. Secured. Well done, boys. Come on, Umi. I've got to crumple you good. Nah. Just reloads, like, cycles bolt action on rifle. And yeah, the guys who held the line, or, you know, who got hit the most, killed 158 orcs. Mostly with their bayonets. Because, damn. And yeah, the machine guns didn't do much on an open field. The machine guns are nasty. The artillery did a good job too, but it's the infantry that carried the day. Yeah, look at that. The orc biggins, the scariest dudes on there, only killed less than 40 guys between them. That's how tough these guys are when they're, you know, when they're working together. I didn't even see their orc shaman. I guess he was too much of a pansy to come out and fight. I saw his magic, but nah. Anyway, give it back to Toddy. It's his land, after all. No need to thank us, Toddy. We're just doing your job for you. Now, there is one. The black pit orcs are still over there. We're gonna have to deal with them at some point, but we're gonna need some time to get our troops back together.
What does the Emperor bid? I will marshal the men.
Yeah, let's get our replenishment rate up. As for you, I don't know. Like I said, I don't really like amethyst wizards. Fun fact: there's actually a meme video about Karl Franz like praying, hoping he gets like a fire wizard, lore of fire, lore of life, or a lore of heavens wizard. And when the amethyst wizard shows up, he backhands the guy and reloads his save file.
I see no other option.
All right, I'm just waiting on Carl to get his heavy artillery, and then we'll go do his quest battle. And if Toddy is pissed that I'm in his territory, well, I just gave you back a piece of your land that you lost to some orcs. So, I mean, you kind of owe me at that point. Or, I mean, if you don't want to say that, then fine. Bygones be bygones. Yes, Fox. Hello, my emperor. Like, just... Actually, let me see if I can find it. While the game goes through a turn order. Let me see if I can find it.
Build a website.
Yeah, this is it. Hang on. Let me get it for you guys. Okay, here it is. So it is literally called Every Turn 2 of the Karl Franz campaign. All right, hang on. Let me pause. All right, let me pull this up for you guys. It's honestly hilarious. And it's why I was so bitter about the it's why I was so bitter about that amethyst wizard I got in my campaign. Here you go.
Build a website you love with Wix.
Get this shit off my screen.
Your host, the great Magus.
Yeah. just brain him with Galmaraz. I never noticed how many dead amethyst wizards there are. Jesus, Carl. Oh, but that is what it feels like, I'm afraid. It shouldn't, but we need to talk right now. I mean, it's not Gelt's fault. Like, Gelt may be the supreme patriarch, but Gelt's not responsible for what the wizards are trained in.
Summon the Elector Counts.
How magic works in the Warhammer Fantasy universe is it's whatever you're most attuned with. So yes, if there's a lot of people attuned with the winds of Shaiish, I think that's what it is. That's the wind of death. Or amethyst wind, then yeah, that's why. Anyway.
Fight for our nation.
Come here, you little green bastard. Wait, you had a fort up, right? No. Okay, never mind. Oh, this is gonna be fun. Let's see. Nah. I'll save the experience for when Carl goes to kill all the Norwegians. Alright, Black Pit, removed.
Who calls?
Alright, Wilhelm, head bomb back to Altdorf. Job done.
To battle!
Job's done.
I am Prince and Emperor.
Alright. In Ubersreich, let's build a, not exactly the best idea to do here, but I want to get some more research done, so let's build another one here.
Bring me to my men.
Yeah, and then next turn we'll have enough to fully upgrade Grunberg, which will basically max, well, not max out, but it'll get all the lesser buildings, all the lesser settlements will be ready, and Altdorf will be all that's left. Yep, okay. Naturally, the last spot on here is for the Imperial Palace building. So the next thing I'm going to build is probably going to be the, let me see, actually. It's, okay, technically there's supposed to be a Grand Cathedral of Sigmar here. I guess they removed that. Imperial Palace is the last thing. So the next things I'm going to build are the automotive manufacturing area, so we can start making light vehicles. And then, oh, right. I'll save that for later. We'll build a city council hall so we can get boosts from our industry. As for this, heavy fortress howitzer battery. Basically, once you get trench warfare, you can build these in your settlements and get get 1 or 2 artillery barrages per battle in that province. You literally, it's literally a massive spotting tower to call in off-map artillery.
Yes, my lord.
So if you played Shogun 2 and Follow the Samurai and liked calling in shore bombardments, that's what this is, basically. And it's good. All right, let's see. All right, Wilhelm von Zollerhorn. There we go. And it's for the Amethyst Wizard. Let's go with this one. I don't know. All right, how many more turns do you need, Carl? 3. All right. Saw me on YouTube. Oh, well, nice to meet you, Apollo. I hope the shorts were funny. I've been posting a lot of them, and I'm hoping people enjoy them. But yeah, welcome to the stream. I hope I'm just as funny here. But yeah, we were gonna do Dawn of War 2 Chaos Rising tonight, but my co-host was exhausted after his college classes, so I told him to rest for the night. And so instead, I'm showing off the Total War Millennium Mod, where we get to play as Imperial World War I Germany instead of the Empire, which is just super fun. And me being a history guy means not only do I get to make history jokes and that kind of stuff, but I also get to talk about Warhammer Fantasy, which is probably one of my favorite universes. I like 40k too, but I like Fantasy way more. Let's see, take it back. Let's see. With the Empire's armies march forth, our nobles barter with each other, claiming great swaths of land for themselves. Should the common man, the brave soldier, not have a farmstead on which to retire? Let's see. We're not exactly fighting any humans right now, so... Money. Here comes the money. Alright, meanwhile... Alright, open universities to women. So now we get, so now that's even more research, which is definitely going to speed things up. And Kazrak... Well, at least they pinned him down, but they haven't killed him yet. Do I have to do everything myself?
Now.
Uh-oh. I see that. We've got Skaven corruption, which means there's a Skaven force around here somewhere doing something. Great. As if it wasn't bad enough. Well, if push comes to shove, I may just give this land back to the Bretonnians. I don't want to deal with it. Trench Crusade... Okay, Trench Crusade is cool, but my problem with Trench Crusaders is that... And again, just my opinion, I do think Trench Crusade is cool. My problem is that Trench Crusade is basically said, what if we made World War I, but made it super grimdark like Warhammer 40k? It's World War I. It doesn't need to be any even more grimdark. World War I was already depressing as hell. You don't need to make it more... You don't need to make it any darker. Like, I think... I've said this before on stream. One of the things I think it's kind of been lost nowadays is that people don't really understand how, like, unless you've seen it for yourself, no one understands war. And that's especially true with World War I. In my honest opinion, the best games that portray what World War I is like are Trenched, which is that like isometric survival horror game, and then Amnesia: The Bunker, because Yeah, Amnesia the Bunker is about, you know, escaping a monster and everything inside the bunker, but it's still extremely claustrophobic and uncomfortable down there. And the fact that, spoiler for those who haven't played it yet, but in one of the parts of Amnesia the Bunker, when you crawl up into the pillbox, that's part of the bunker you're in, for a brief moment, not only do you get to have open air, but you also get to see the sun. And for a brief moment, you think to yourself, well, hey, why don't I just crawl out of this pillbox? That way I can get out of the bunker. And then you hear the crack of a rifle, and a rifle round impacts the pillbox right where you are. And then it clicks, oh, wait, there's still a war going on outside. So even if I try to crawl out of this pillbox, I'm going to be shot by a sniper. So, in fact, that's what happened to the dude in the pillbox. If you actually look, he's got a bullet through his eye.
Greetings from Sigma.
So, but again, Trench Crusaders is a cool idea, and I do think the aesthetic is pretty interesting. But it's not for me. I still, like, again, there's a ton of things out there that I think have cool aesthetics, but they're not for me. Like, what is it? Conflict 47, which is another tabletop war game, which is God, how do I even describe Conflict 47? So Conflict 47 is this whole idea that even into 1947, World War II is still going on, but now we've got, like, you know, like futuristic sci-fi tech, like mech suits, like plasma cannons and all kinds of other stuff. The Germans are using, like, undead soldiers and mutants and all kinds of other crazy stuff. It's basically what happens if you take Scythe, which is where oh crap, what's it called? Crap, what is it called? What is that RTS game called that's in the Scythe universe? Crap. Oh, crap. Somebody help me. The game that's takes place in World War I with the mech suits. Hey, thank you. Is Super Mario 32? Thank you for the follow. Please make yourself at home. I'm Zaruk Windcaller. I'm a variety streamer. Plays games with a strong memory connection to me and my community, and we're trying out the Total War Millennium Mod tonight. And thank you, Izzy. Yes, Iron Harvest. So Conflict 47, take Iron Harvest, which is Scythe, but Iron Harvest is the video game form. Take that and mix it with World War II tech. And that's basically what Conflict 47 is. Still pretty cool, though. Again, the aesthetics are what I like. Anyway, let's see. Next, we're going... Oh, yes, there will be blood. Don't worry. Oh, don't worry. There will be blood. Make our way down the research tree. Right, Carl.
As is my right by Sigma's crown.
Yes, yes. Carl needs one more turn, and then he'll have all the things he needs to go fight his quest battle. So next turn, we'll go do that. In the meantime, get Wilhelm von Zollerhorn back to Altdorf. Oh, no. Hey, Super Mario, I'm right there with you. In 40K, I play 40K. I am both a Imperium player and a Khorne player. I love me some Khorne units. Blood for the Blood God. And even in this game, I played Scarbrand a few times. Scarbrand is a very enjoyable campaign.
I will marshal the men.
Let's see. All right, we're gonna slap that. Okay, this Skaven corruption starting to get out of control. There must be Skaven activity over here. You know what? Hey, Lewin. Quick thing, my guy.
Do you wish the lady's favor?
No, but... Yeah, fuck your lady. But I am willing to play ball. Do you want this? I mean, I don't want it. I'm willing to compromise on a few things, you know. You know, we can have a trade agreement, and you can pay me some money. Sucker. All right. Got that. So now let's talk to Bastone and see if we can give them the other piece.
Are you the best they could find to negotiate?
Motherfucker, I am the Emperor! Okay, it's fine. It's fine. It's fine. Whew. Uneducated Bretonnian noble piece of shit. Probably doesn't even know the front and the back of the horse. Probably had to get someone to tell him what to think. Fuck you. Anyway... how about we trade? I'm magnanimous in my position. Let's trade. And we'll even sign a non-aggression pact. How about that?
Let us share more than mere borders.
Yeah, no, there is no border anymore, but thanks. Ugh. Horse fucker. I'm not kidding about that, by the way. That's not just me dropping an insult. They literally do that. Like, no, I am not kidding. In Bretonia, they don't love their horses. They love their horses.
The Empire.
Yeah, I'm not kidding. There are some nobles in Bretonia who love their horses. Like, yeah. Another reason to hate the Bretonians with every fiber of your being. They are like, no, the only reason the Bretonians weren't crushed out of existence until the end times is because of their bullshit magical powers. Which, by the way, fun fact, all of their mystical grail powers and magical bullshit is because of the elves. Because, fun fact, the Lady of the Lake that the Bretonians worship so much and they think is their personal goddess who loves them and only them, she's an elven goddess. It's an elven goddess. She's an elf. Yeah, and here's the best part about that. If you want to know another reason why you should hate the Bretonians. Okay. Yes, it was an elven goddess turned mortal. And she's the one who makes the Grail Knights. She's the one who, kind of built that Grail thing. And the Lady of the Lake for Bretonia. Okay. Here's why you can hate them even more. During the end times, Karl Franz called together all of the forces of order that he could find. He called the elves, he called the dwarves, he called the Bretonians, he called everyone that he could to unify together to fight the forces of chaos that were rampaging through the old world. When that happened, the elves revealed to the Bretonians, like, hey, your Lady of the Lake, that's one of our people. It's an elven goddess turned mortal. We have been helping you. Now, I understand that the Bretonians would be upset about that. I get it. That would shatter anyone's faith. That their faith and their belief was basically just another race's goddess who was helping them. I would understand that. That would shake anyone. But King Lewin, being the proud and noble king that he was, faith shaken, stood tall and said, it doesn't matter. We will still fight anyway. We have to. Oh, I'm sorry, I lied. That is not what happened. King Lewin Leon Kerr, leader of Bretonia, is so offended, pissed off, and butthurt about it that he leaves. The Bretonian army fucks off. They leave. The army of order, the army of light, the only thing standing between chaos and the destruction of the old world, they leave because they don't want to work with the elves, because they were lied to. You lied to us. All of our beliefs and everything are a lie. We don't care for this. We won't fight with the elves. We'll go defend our own land. And then they all fucking died because they were alone. King Lewin gets killed by a greater demon of Nurgle because there's no one there to help them. They go and do it alone and die to a man because no one's there to back them up. And fun fact, the writers of Games Workshop have said that if Bretonia had stuck around, it probably wouldn't have saved the old world, but it definitely would have given the forces of light or the forces of order a better chance. But no, they were too butthurt about being lied to that they pissed off and left. So, yeah, no, the Bretonians literally said, screw the world ending, screw all of this, screw the fact that we could all die, our chivalry and our honor has been offended. So we're going back to our own lands, and we're gonna die alone because no one's there to help us. Which I think is all the more fitting that King Lewin gets killed by a greater demon of Nurgle. He literally dies in the shit that he dug himself. So, not to say he doesn't go out like a champ. He does go out like a champ, but he still dies because of his own stupidity. So, anyway, sorry about that. I'm not normally that heated, but just it annoys me. The Bretonnians are not good people at all. The only exception is Le Réponse de Lyonnaise, who's basically Warhammer Fantasy's version of Joan of Arc. And she's the exception because she was a peasant. She was a peasant who took up the horse and took up the lance and led Bretonnia to victory over chaos. And you want to know the thing about that is that the nobles of Bretonnia didn't want to help her, you know, when she started doing anything because she's just a woman. A woman cannot lead armies. And also because she was a peasant. So she had to rally her own people. Bretonnia was literally burning, and the nobles of Bretonnia turned their noses up because she's a peasant and a woman. So, no. Screw the Bretonnians. I don't give a crap about them. So, no. Let the Bretonnians die for all I care. What do you want? That's not supposed to happen. Missing string. You're missing your string? What, is your sanity finally snipped off? I can imagine you're missing your string, huh? For those who don't know what that means, that basically means that there should be dialogue there, but the game can't find it. So, yeah, we're just gonna... Sure, I'll take that. I don't think fantasy bronies should have options on if women should lead armies or not. Agreed. I agree.
I am Prince and Emperor.
Anyway, let's see what we can do around here before we send Carl off on his on his quest battle. Let's go with, yeah, another research center. More research. All right, Carl, you ready?
I command here.
Ladies and gentlemen, with the army we have, we're gonna go do Carl Franz's first quest battle. Welcome to Warhammer Fantasy Normandy. The only difference is, I'm playing as the Germans. I have modern firearms, and this is a bunch of naked Norskin men charging up the beach to pick a fight with me. Let's see how that goes. Yeah, the coast of Nordland has been ravaged by Norse raiders, but no longer. Franz knows this is a test of his sovereignty, that the unconvinced electors will be watching and even hoping he fails, so he must face the Norsemen and be victorious. They will come in waves like the very sea itself. Let them come. I have more than enough guns.
Hear me now, brave men, brave Reichlanders, hear me! The celestial wizards read the portents true. Norse raiders land on Nordland shores. We have marched many miles, but there is no distance so great that I would not gladly march it to face this, our ultimate foe. I have refused the honor of wielding the blade of our forebears thus far. I was not worthy, but should we survive this day, should we drive the ruinous tribes back across the sea, then, with your blessing, I will pick up the Reichland runefang and use it to bleed our foes, to carve my way through Sigmar's enemies. Are you with me, men of the Empire? For when the Northmen come, they will attack hard, as their despicable gods demand. We must be ready to push them back, thrust them into the sea, in defense of the Empire!
Alright, we do have an ad playing, so I will not start the battle until the ad's over. But I am going to set up my troops. So, here's the thing about this battle. You will be flanked from different directions. So, what we're going to do is I'm going to put my machine guns in the center. Yeah, we're going to put the machine guns on the center. We're going to spread out the artillery. And here are these 17-centimeter mountain mortars. I'm very curious about what these are going to do. And we're going to be setting those up right here because they have a shorter range.
We are Sigmar's heirs.
Now, Carl's actually going to stay at the back with his some forces back here because we are going to get flanked, like I said. So I'm actually going to keep some men in reserve, mostly the 1st Imperial Foot Guard, who are going to guard this angle. The Pioneers are going to guard over here. Let's see if we can actually throw down some earthworks. And then as for the rest, well, the cavalry are going to stay up here with Franz, just in case. And as for our infantry, well, we won't really have to worry about that, I don't think, but just in case.
Finding range, sir.
Yeah, I think we'll be okay, but just to be sure.
Ready for war.
All right, welcome back, everyone, from the ad. Sorry about that. I wasn't going to start the fight till you guys got back. I'm just setting my troops up.
For the Empire. And gunners. Yes,
So,
sir.
for those who weren't here to see it, here's our setup. 2 companies of infantrymen, along with the Pioneers, are guarding our flank on the left. Karl Franz, our dragoons, and 2 more companies are guarding our rear flank. The 1st Imperial Foot Guard, who are basically the guards of the palace, and 2 more companies are guarding this flank. And everything else,
I hope you checked your weapons, lads. It's going to be a
mostly the machine guns, and then the mortars are guarding, are just, watching everything else. So, actually, let's put some of the infantry right here, just in case.
ready to fire.
Yeah, this should be fine. So, remember how I said this is a recreation of Normandy Beach? Yeah, I wasn't kidding about that. One moment. Switch to air burst. Fire shrapnel shells.
I pray always.
Bye-bye.
Hand gunners.
Oh, those are the mountain mortars. Well then. Jesus, the mortars. Yeah, you picked the wrong house, fool! Oh, no, you don't. Yeah, that's why I put the guys over here. Oh, no, you fucking don't.
No lingering. Go. At speed. Attack. Hand gunners. Soldiers of the Empire!
Don't just let the warhounds run right past you. Kill them.
Karl Franz!
Okay. Why did we just let the warhounds run right past us? Kill them, please.
By Ulrich's wrath! Go!
Carl, I don't know why you've been assigned to a dragoon unit. Get your sword, get your axe, and get your hammer in there.
Hand gunners! The Empire ensures! Seeking enemy! Moving out, sir! Water! 'Em! 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 'Em!
Yeah, so a bunch of naked Norwegians with shields and axes are trying to take on a modern army. Oh no, a wizard. A metal wizard. Turn him into metal. Put him full of... Yeah, fill him with enough lead that he's metal. No, you won't. Kill him. Still dropping airburst rounds on these horsemen. Yes, I do. They bring ruin upon us. Oh, you think? Yeah, you picked the wrong house, fool. That's a perfect description of what's happening here. Oh, no. Whoop. Oh, look, I was about to say, look, he made it. No, he didn't. I was about to say, this seems cruel and unusual to use shrapnel rounds on one dude, but hey. So let's see, we killed basically everything, and we only lost 42 men. Most of the guys lost were from this mortar crew who got jumped by the warhounds. Yeah, the artillery and the machine guns did most of the work, except for the pioneers. They actually no, that's the Imperial Foot Guard. Nice job, guys. And now I know someone out there is going to say you're cheating. I mean, am I though? These units are expensive. Like, I can't field multiple armies worth of them. Plus, I mean, not my fault. I've got guns. They could easily, if they had a lot of cavalry, they could overrun the machine gun positions. If they had, hell cannons, they could deal with me. If they had, armored units, they could deal with me. Because, I mean, the bullets are great, but they're going to have trouble going through Chaos Plate. But they didn't do that. They're just a bunch of raiders, so sucks to be them. Sucks to suck. Oh yeah, Regiment of Renown blocks breachers. First Lieutenant Gernal Block leads a platoon of assault infantry famed for being dauntless, even in the most desperate situations. Those guys have shotguns. All right, this is the Drackwald Runefang. Lovely.
I command here.
Not that Carl really needs it, because he's already got he's got Dragon Tooth, which is the Reichland Runefang. But having Beast Slayer is just good to have. Let's see. And again, like I said, Carl is a leader, so he's going to be our infantry focus.
To the provinces? By the comet!
By the comet! Alright, I really want to get us to the point where we can start fielding, because I do want to show you guys some of the crazier things, but unfortunately that's going to take time. Something I don't really have tonight. Let's see. I honestly thought those mountain mortars would be bigger, but the explosions they were dropping was more than enough, so... What? There you are. Oh, I know how to deal with you.
Dark clouds gather.
Can we? Oh, right. I forgot. It's not done this way. It's done through prestige. So yes, I would like to unify, please. Oh, wait, hang on. Yep, I would like to unify with Wissenland and Nuln, please. Boom. Confederation. And now... Oh, right. I forgot.
Men look askance at my scythe. A shadow of
Elspeth,
death.
look, look, shut up.
For nouns
You're yeah, what's that thing? You're taking too long. You're taking way too long. I'm gonna do your damn job for you. First of all, get the hell out. All of you.
Now or never.
Get out. Get out. The engineer can stay, but get out. Actually, no, I'll recruit you later. Get out.
Back to the workshop, then. Huntsman General.
Get out. You're literally like, your poor management is literally causing me to lose money. So, right, first of all, what do you mean? Yes. Declare war. Yes.
I disobey.
If Elspeth couldn't do it, I'll do it for her.
The other side
Got it.
beckons. The empire expands.
All right, so that takes care of them. Wait a minute. Is that my territory? You dwarven bastards. Why are you in my territory?
Dark Lady of Nuln.
Okay, I'm gonna have to rebuild this from scratch because Elspeth couldn't, you know, do her damn job. An emperor's work is never done.
Lady of Shaiish.
First of all, we don't need the cavalry.
Has the hourglass run out?
By the comet.
This is Nuln, for Pete's sake. How are you still, like... I'm kind of annoyed that she hasn't ranked up everything yet. No wonder she was taking so long. I mean, for Pete's sake, both Daltonbach and Wissenberg have resources that she's not done anything with. Daltonbach has a steel mine, or, well, a steel mill, and Wissenberg has bricks and marble. We could be making money off that.
Shaiish blows me thither.
But no, she's been sitting around trying to figure out, you know, rather than laying siege to this settlement and taking it, she's been basically standing around with a thumb up her ass trying to figure out what to do. I'll tell you what we're gonna do. We're gonna fix this. And what sucks is that because she's let Solend fall into the hands of, you know, fall like this, it's gonna take forever to rebuild it. Also, you. Okay, calm yourself, Saru. For those who don't know, the one thing you never do involving the dwarves in Warhammer Fantasy is don't call them short. If you do that, you have pissed them off, and you're probably going to ruin any chance for a negotiation. So don't call them that.
And on the Oath Stone.
Great. So, just great. So, because...
Cease.
Yeah, because
Amethyst
Elspeth couldn't hold it
Guardian.
together, Steingart is now in the hands of a bunch of dwarves.
Wielder
Right.
of the pale side.
Yeah, short? Yeah, don't call him short.
For Verena and Nuln. Von Draken. Amethyst Guardian.
Elspeth is a cool unit, though. I do think Elspeth is really cool.
Add it to my collection.
She, fun fact, there was the only way you could get a model of her for tabletop was it had to be... Well, actually, yeah, it kind of was a rock. It was a Forge World model. So you had to get a Forge World model of her. That was the only way you could play her in game, and even then there weren't many rules for her. But yeah, she's kind of nuts. Elspeth von Draken is the Lady of Death, basically, and she's earned that title.
Wielder of the pale scythe.
Now, Elspeth, since you have failed to do the bare minimum in regards to these kind of things, I'm gonna have to do it for you, I guess. Yeah. Winter's Teeth Pass is overrun by orcs. Solend is overrun. You know, Solend is still corrupted by vampire corruption and has dwarves in it. I was gonna use this as a route to swing into Sylvania to fight Vlad. Pete's sake. All right.
Yes.
So,
The Empire.
Carl, I'm gonna send you to handle this. Mainly because Carl can,
Summon the Elector Counts.
Carl can wander into the stuff, and Carl's got the most powerful army right now. So Carl will handle that.
I will march
Wilhelm, I've got a special job for you. We need to deal with this son of a bitch before he becomes more of a problem.
Ready.
That's what we're gonna do. We're gonna go chase him down.
Very well.
But yeah, we're losing money now because, well, yeah, because Elspeth couldn't hold it together. So, commandments. Yeah, for Wissenland, more growth so we can build the place up faster. And then now back over here, I want income from buildings. Yeah, now that we've got control of Solent, I think I'm going to focus on industry and everything. Oh, look, it's Grom. That's Grom the Paunch, everybody. With a Niblet up top, hyping him up. Yeah. So, everything's basically secure right now. For now. We have expanded our borders and taken Solent. Well, Wissenland and Nuln, and I was hoping to get Solent, but... Does this mean we're going to have to go beat up on the dwarves? Damn it. I don't like doing that. Picking a fight with the dwarves is never good, because if you... Look, the lesser dwarven factions, it's okay. Unfortunately, the major dwarven faction is right over here somewhere. I think it's like Karakadrin's like right over here somewhere. So, and I'd rather not pick a fight with Thorgrim Grudgebearer right now. Either way, they've left me no choice. So... Meh. But sadly, I am out of time. So we're going to call it here for now. I'm going to save. And we'll pick this up another time. Because this was just meant to be a follow-through thing. Or a follow-up thing. So, yeah. Anyway, I hope you all had fun. But they are short, and their beards are super long and shaggy. Fun fact, there is a dude... It's funny you say that, Apollo. There is a dude in Warhammer Fantasy who is so good at making insults that people have to fight him. His name's Wulfric the Wanderer, and one of the insults he actually used in the lore was he insulted a dwarf, calling him a stunted hairy goblin, and said that the dwarf's beard was so unkempt that it might as well be used to clean someone's backside. And that dwarven lord went and picked a fight with Wulfric, and Wulfric murdered him, because Wulfric's really good at dueling, so Wulfric killed him. Anyway, that's going to be it for tonight, everyone. I hope you all had a good time. I've been Zaruk Windcaller, and remember that the memories we make in life, good and bad, make us who we are. Don't trade them for anything. I love you guys. I'll see you all tomorrow for the Outer Worlds DLC. Bye-bye!